want to go.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Roto-Rooter. We're sponsored by Roto-Rooter, the sewer and drain experts you've trusted for over 85 years.
The experts at Roto-Rooter unclog bathtubs, laundry tubs, kitchen sinks, or any plug drain.
Go Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Schedule online or use the Roto-Rooter mobile app.
The place to get caught up, to speak out, to connect and be entertained. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 3 o'clock. I'm John Mercure. This is Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Your top story, the attacker of Nancy Pelosi's husband found guilty.
I'm Greg Mansick, getting ready for the hunt.
I'm Jessica Gatso, in for Debbie Lazaga. Looking at your roads today, looks like the first delay we're seeing is on 43 southbound, Brown Deer to downtown. It's about a 10-minute delay. Should take you 20 minutes to get from Brown Deer to downtown going southbound. Also seeing a bit of a slowdown on 94 westbound right now, just a couple of minutes. It should take you a total of 9 minutes to get from downtown to the Zoo interchange. I'm Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, light showers, a low of 44. Tomorrow, showers early, then sunny, a high of 48 tomorrow. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the man who broke into the home of former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi last year and attacked her husband has been convicted by a federal jury in San Francisco.
After less than one full day of deliberating, the federal jury finding David DePape guilty of assault on an immediate family member of a federal official and attempted kidnapping. Even though he pleaded not guilty, when David DePape testified this week, he did not deny breaking into the Pelosi home and described why he did it, saying he had been consuming right-wing podcasts and videos on YouTube and had become increasingly angry. He said his goal was to hold and interrogate Nancy Pelosi for lies he believed the government and media were telling, and that when she wasn't home, his plan was ruined, and he attacked Paul Pelosi. Alex Stone, EBC News.
Well, the annual Wisconsin gun deer hunt begins Saturday. While hunting remains popular for many Wisconsinites, the annual number of hunting licenses continues to decline. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Paul Smith.
There's been good efforts there. They just haven't been enough to make up for the loss of the baby boomers who are getting out of hunting.
It's a 9-day season expected to draw 550,000 licensed hunters to the outdoors. We'll have more on this year's hunt coming up in the 4 o'clock hour.
The U.S. State Department continues to walk a fine line between supporting Israel's war on Hamas and urging caution in hurting Palestinian civilians. ABC's Andy Field has the latest from Washington.
The U.S. State Department saying it understands Israel must go after Hamas headquarters, even if they're hidden beneath hospitals, but
we do not want to see hospitals in the middle of firefights. We do not want to see patients put at risk.
State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller acknowledging Israeli forces have a big challenge with Hamas using civilians as human shields. Andy Field, ABC News, Washington.
Well, the bill averting a government shutdown now approved by both houses of Congress, but Wisconsin Representative Mike Gallagher was a no in the House.
Representative Gallagher telling Wisconsin's Afternoon News the bill doesn't go far enough.
It's just a short-term continuing resolution divorced from any actual reforms to the budget process, hoping that somehow we're going to be able to pass appropriations bills.
Representative Gallagher says Congress needs to pass a defense bill ASAP.
At a time of growing geopolitical threats from the Middle East and, of course, from China in the Pacific, the dumbest thing we could possibly do is embark on a defense sequester.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
Now, the bill keeps the government funding up and running until mid-January.
A local high school marching band is getting set to head to New York this weekend, scheduled to march in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Can the furthest left row go to the front?
Greendale High School Director of Bands Tom Reifenberg. For these local students, Thanksgiving Day in New York will start very early Thanksgiving morning.
They run all the bands through the actual performance star at anywhere from 2 to 4 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning.
Look for Greendale playing music from The Lion King. Vince Vitrano, WTMJ News.
And Greendale's hosting a send-off Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Greg will be there because he loves parades. It's free and open to the public at the high school. Greg will be there because he loves parades.
Love Packers football as well. Cornerback Jair Alexander returns to practice after missing all of last week. Packers take on the Chargers Sunday at Lambeau. Football tonight, it's the Ravens and Bengals from Baltimore. And Major League Baseball owners unanimously vote to allow the Oakland A's to move to Las Vegas.
And Greg loves parades. Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 3:05.
This report is sponsored by Creative Planning. Give your wealth a second look. CreativePlanning.com.
World-changing question. Are you keeping as much of your investment gains as possible? High taxes can erode returns quickly, so you need a tax-optimized portfolio. At Creative Planning, our money managers and specialists work together to make sure your portfolio and wealth are managed in a tax-efficient manner. It's what you keep that really matters. Why not give your wealth a second look? Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for one of the very special places in our community. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. They offer early memory loss classes. They take care of people in your family who have dementia symptoms or other related cognitive declines. I'll tell you what, I've been in their facilities. They're special. They're incredible. I have an aunt who's in a facility. I know what it means to make sure your family's in the right place. That's Azura. It's compassion and empathy. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, AzuraLiving.com.
If you can't get a good night's sleep, let me ask you, are you breathing well? Because if you're snoring or waking up each night with a stuffed up nose or frustrated with your CPAP mask, the root of your sleep problem lies in your breathing triangle. And if any one of those passages isn't working, you won't sleep well. And there's no mattress, pill, or other gimmick that can fix that. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. A recipe for a good night's sleep starts with an open airway. Now, there are devices that can help solve snoring or sleep apnea problems. If you walk into a sleep center, know you'll walk out with a CPAP. And you might find other options elsewhere. But the simple truth is, if your nose doesn't work properly, no device will help. Only at Advent will you find every effective snoring and sleep apnea solution, along with a world-class team that can get your nose working properly again.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
The Brewers annual clubhouse sale returns for 2 days only, Friday, December 1st and Saturday, December 2nd from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Head to American Family Field to save up to 80% on Brewers apparel, game-used items, and memorabilia. Plus, get a free Brewers water bottle or tumbler when you spend $100 or more while supplies last. It's the Brewers' best sale of the season, right in time for the holidays. Don't miss out.
Small business owners can make a little of anything go a long way.
It's true. My bakery is made up of a little sugar, spice, and edible glitter.
Well, that's why U.S. Cellular is offering small businesses lines for as little as $19.99, plus $300 off any phone.
That's great. A little does go a long way. Unless we're talking sprinkles, everyone always needs more sprinkles.
Oh, of course. Get lines for $19.99 plus $300 off any phone today. U.S. Cellular, built for business, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Get help for your house this Saturday from Eric Brown. The president of Siding Unlimited knows his stuff. Yes, their name is Siding, but they do so much more. Windows by Pella and others, roofing, decks. That's why they are Siding Unlimited. Eric can advise you with anything about your home's exterior. Make a point to listen and call Eric this Saturday on WTMJ's Fix-It Show. And remember why they are called Siding Unlimited. They are siding and much, much more. See sidingunlimited.com and you'll see.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John Mercure.
All right, happy Thursday. The team is here. Greg Matzik is with me in the studio. Debbie is off today, but Wyatt Barmore-Pooley's doing double duty. He's in the newsroom and the traffic center, and Sam is producing the show this afternoon. All right, let's get to it.
This is the 3 at 3 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
Greg, what's up first?
Well, out with the pumpkin spice, in with the peppermint bark. Starbucks all Christmas all the time, and its red cups are as popular as the coffee for some reason.
So today is their biggest promotion. It's on this day every year that if you buy certain drinks at Starbucks, high-end fancy holiday drinks, you get a free reusable cup. It's cool. It looks like the holidays. You get to keep the cup. It's reusable, blah, blah, blah. Also on this day, Starbucks employees across the country decided that they were going to go on strike. They say by and large because this day is stressful. Starbucks doesn't pay them enough. Starbucks doesn't have enough employees in their stores. And lines are out the door with people getting very irritated because they can't get their drinks in a timely fashion. So they walked out in several stores. Brandon Snide, you hear him on Wisconsin's Morning News, the sports guy. He went to a Starbucks. He tried to get one of those cups. Brandon's with us. Brandon, good afternoon. That didn't work out too well, did it?
Hey, guys. No, it did not. And you know what, John? I didn't know about the day until Vince was talking about it, Vince and Eric, this morning. I had a rough night last night. We got a new puppy, and I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. So when I woke up this morning, wasn't having the best day, but it did get better. I saw Vince and Eric's face and Greg Pancake Hill, and it seemed to get a little bit better. And then they told me about this fantastic red cup that we could get at Starbucks, reusable. So I go to the local Starbucks by my house. I wait in line. It's about 3 or 4 cars deep. Get to the front of it, order my drink, go around to the window, all out. No more cups.
Wait, and they didn't tell you that until you got to the window? So they allowed you to order it, and they got to the window and they said, out of luck?
Yeah. I'm actually holding on to the drink that I ordered because it went cold on me. I'm still drinking it. But yeah, so they told me, and I keep in mind, I went there, this was probably about 10:30 this morning. So it wasn't like it was recently. You know, it was roughly 5 hours or so after this Starbucks had opened, and they were already gone.
So any indicator that this was because of the strike or they didn't have enough people? Could you tell? Did they give you a reason?
They were a little bit agitated. They're usually pretty patient individuals that work there. They're super friendly 99.9% of the time. Today was a little bit hectic, I could tell, because when I pulled in at 10:30, usually there's no cars in line, and this one was outside of the parking lot, which I kind of was a little bit shocked by for that time of day. So I'm assuming they were probably had more people in the store than they were expecting for a mid-morning rush.
WTMJ's Brandon Snide. By the way, if you were on this show and you had a puppy leaving you sleepless night, we would buy you the coffee. But that's just us. I mean, you can say what you want about Vince and Eric, whatever, but we would have bought you the coffee. But again, you're on that other show.
Someone's got to raise their bar. Someone's got to raise their bar then in the morning. Then I'll make sure they know that.
There's no doubt about that. Brandon, thank you.
Thanks,
312 at WTMJ. What's up next, Greg?
Well, did you feel it today? A 3.6 magnitude earthquake registered this morning somewhere between Naperville and Peoria, Illinois.
Yeah, people in central Illinois said they thought it was a plane crash or someone pounding on my front door. Maybe there was an explosion. No, it was that little earthquake. People could actually hear the earthquake. Some folks in Chicago could feel it, depending on what they were doing. A lady who runs a business called Bold and Curvy Boutique, ooh, that sounds kind of nice. Bold and Curvy Boutique said it rattled the things on her shelves in her store, including the bells. Another said it woke me up out of a deep sleep, but no one was injured. That's the good news. All right, what's the third thing?
Well, it's not a law, but if you want your Thanksgiving guests to be in awe after they gnaw and not withdraw, avoid all flaw and begin that bird thaw today.
That was nice.
Yeah, thank you.
That sounded like a Siding Unlimited commercial.
A little bit like that. Yes, thank you.
Very nice. Well
done. Did I
done.
rush it? I didn't rush it, did I?
No, it's good.
I felt like I rushed it.
National Thaw Day. That's what he's trying to say. It's National Thaw Day. They recommend if you have a frozen turkey and you want to thaw it safely and have it thawed in time to pop in the oven on Thanksgiving, that today's the day you take it out if it's a big turkey and thaw it in the refrigerator, and it will be thawed by Thanksgiving. That's more than a week. It really takes that long?
Yeah, here's that reminder. Don't put the frozen bird in your deep-fried vat of oil. That's going to cause an issue.
Ew, that's a bad idea.
You got that right.
Yeah, don't do that.
You'll end up on a YouTube video.
Nobody wants that.
Without eyebrows.
Ah, nice. 313 at WTMJ. Up next, been waiting all day to share this with you. Greg Matzek's exclusive conversation with Matt Arnold and Pat Murphy of the Milwaukee Brewers. That's straight ahead. Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me every Saturday at noon for Experience Wisconsin. We will check in with communities and organizations across the state for the best and brightest spots around the state of Wisconsin. This week, it's cool Christmas holiday stuff. The Wisconsin Historical Society is with us.
You will find that it's a special place where you can leave behind the modern-day hustle and bustle and really immerse yourself in some old-fashioned fun.
And we visit Kenosha. It's Experience Wisconsin, Saturday at noon, right here on 620 WTMJ. John Mercure here for Town Bank. If you're looking to do banking differently, look to Town Bank. They're going to take great care of you. Town Bank's part of the Wintrust family of community banks. Here's why that matters. Town Bank, Wisconsin, in your community, right there for you. They give back. They've got the best people, best banking solutions, backed by Wintrust. Yeah, the really big bank based in Chicago. That means they have the resources to make sure that you have what you need. Stop banking the same way, expecting different results. Start earning more. In my bank at Town Bank, I'm in Menominee Falls. It's Matt and Dan and Big Tony. They're awesome. The good news is there's a Matt and Dan and Big Tony. Well, maybe they're a little more handsome in other banks throughout southeast Wisconsin. You need to check them out. Whatever you need, they're there for you. And if you do your banking online, like all of us do now, paying bills using the app, Town Bank has the most robust customer service online. You are going to be taken care of big time. Bank differently with Town Bank. Member FDIC.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Traffic is sponsored by SB Framing Gallery, Milwaukee's distinctive archival framing.
SB Framing Gallery in the 3rd Ward can enhance and protect your artwork for generations. Framing pieces with archival and distinctive design. Learn more at sbframinggallery.com.
I'm Jessica Gatso, in for Debbie Lassica. Travel times are not looking too bad this afternoon. Looks like the worst of the delays right now are on 43 southbound. About an 8-minute delay to get from Brown Deer to downtown. And delays are just starting to creep up around the stadium interchange. I'm Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Light rain tonight, a low of 44. More light rain tomorrow, a high of 48. And that's a cold front rolling through. Saturday, sunny, a high of 51. Sunday, sunny, a high of 50. Monday, mostly cloudy, a high of 50 degrees. All right, so today was a big day. The skipper was officially introduced at American Family Field. Matt Arnold was there. So was the new guy, Pat Murphy. That was kind of cool. But what was really cool was that afterwards, Greg, you had the chance to sit down exclusively with the two guys together.
I did. And there were 3 people on stage. Don't forget about Ricky Weeks.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's excited. Very excited to be the bench coach / associate manager. Same idea. He'll be the right-hand man of Pat Murphy. It was a very interesting setup because Murphy's 3 kids were in attendance along with his wife. Murphy has a 4th child who was not there. So next to Pat's name was a Yeti, a blue Yeti full of ice. And it was a gift from his son, who is in the San Diego Padres organization. He wasn't able to be here because they're doing stuff with the Padres.
Yeah.
So to represent his other son, who gave him that gift, Pat had this Yeti full of ice next to his name placard.
Cool.
So really interesting stuff. But yes, after the whole proceedings, I was able to hop into the Brewers clubhouse and have an exclusive one-on-one conversation. Going to bring you a lot of that today. We started talking about Pat's history as a manager because he's won 1,000 games at the college level before having his opportunities at the major league level. And here he is now with the Brewers. You said something interesting during your introductory press conference that if you could sort of think back to the time you were in college, you kind of makes you cringe. What would Pat Murphy today say to Pat Murphy, the 28-year-old, the young 30-something who's winning all these games thinking he's on top of the world?
Yeah, learn the game, man. Learn the game. Learn what coaching's all about. Chill out. You know what I mean? You ain't that good. You know what I mean? But you can get there. Because my heart was in the right place. I wanted to help these guys feel like $1 million. I wanted them to walk to the dish feeling like $1 million. I wanted the other team to go, holy shit, we're playing them. And I wanted them to be uncomfortable. But the manner that I went about it sometimes was, I think, was inappropriate.
The foundation of what you just said, that has to exist at the major league level, right?
I would think so, yeah. I mean, that's the only way I know how to do it. So, I mean, it's in there, you know, and it's what you want players to walk out on the field and feel. Yeah.
Matt, you came in 2015?
at the end of
October of 2015, I think it was.
I think.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're a similar timeline.
Yeah.
Right? The both of you sort of come into the organization from outside, very different walks of life. You're from San Diego, came from Tampa. Had you ever had thoughts of identifying Pat as a managerial candidate? Not necessarily for Milwaukee at the time, but over the course of time getting to know Pat, you think to yourself, man, this guy's got a world of talent and experience. He'd be perfect.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you spend enough time with a guy, and the like you said earlier, the resume that he has, and when you talk enough baseball and all the ways that he wants to win and will find ways to win and provide an edge for your team, yeah, that's going to be an advantage to any team. And so, yeah, I think he's had this in him for a long time, and it goes back to the track record of winning well before I even met him.
You used the word continuity to start your press conference today, Matt. Some people view that as, well, it's the easy hire. He's just there, right? It's just the easy way out. It wasn't an exhaustive search. What do you say to those responses?
I would say that we spent an inordinate amount of time on this and really, cast, like I said, we cast an extremely wide net. And again, I think that it speaks volumes to, Pat and Ricky and all the people here that these are the people that we want to bet on.
What he really wants to say to you, he wants to say, do you think hiring this guy is easy? There's nothing easy about it. He knows that.
No.
He wants to say that. Like, you don't know this guy very well if you think that's the easy hire.
No. Well, I hadn't thought about that, but no.
You know I'm right.
Wait, who grilled who in the interview process?
We've been grilling each other for years. That's why I love him. And so, look, it's
not an easy hire.
There's nothing easy. I guess that's
for him.
That's why I hadn't thought about that when you put it that way. There's nothing easy about that, but it's the right thing to do. It really is. It's going to be. I'm really excited about it.
How will you push each other? Because Pat, you want to win, right? This team is 92 wins last year, division championship, and there are some who believe, well, they lost their manager. This thing is going downhill. But you don't take this job if things are going downhill.
No, I still take the job if things are going downhill.
Do?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, it's a chance to manage in the big leagues. But you can call it going downhill anyway. You can predict it. You can do anything you want. It's our job to prevent it and then build from there. So yes, I would have taken the job if it was going downhill. Yes, I would have taken the job if whatever. I wanted this opportunity to lead, and it's very special. You guys can measure it in wins. That's fine. I probably will too in so many ways, but there's more to this job. There's more things to do that are really gratifying. The impact you can have on people, the message you can send to so many people. Like, that's what coaching is. Not every great coach is in the Hall of Fame. Not every great, legendary college football coach gets the press that Bear Bryant or, Lou Holtz gets, So it's about coaching, the profession. It's awesome. So these opportunities come, you take them. It doesn't matter. You're not looking for it to be up or down or whatever. That's for you guys to predict,
Matt, as I look at everything that's transpired over the last week or so, and you may have felt this coming, when a manager gets to free agency, it's maybe not a great sign that he'll return. The idea that, and I think it's a perception, but perhaps it's true, that Craig felt he just was ready for a different challenge, that the opportunity to win a World Series was better elsewhere. Does that sting at all to you as someone who architects the roster and tries to put the team in place to be successful, and a team that won 92 games last year?
Yeah, look, I think I don't want to get into the mind of Craig and all the ingredients that went into his decision. I know that, and Pat mentioned this earlier, we've put a good product on the field here for a long time, and I think Craig has been a huge part of that. He really has, and I think it's our job to find a way to get us to that next level. That's what we're about, because we've done a lot here and a lot of good. Craig has been an enormous part of that. I'm certainly thankful for my relationship with Craig. I know Pat is as well. But, this is a new chapter for us, and I'm excited to take the next step with Pat and with everybody here.
You got to know Craig over your time with the Brewers. You obviously have known Craig for 37 years. That relationship as strong as ever?
I think so. I don't think it'll ever change. You can't go through all that. You know what I mean? Like recruiting him as a player, crushing him his first 3 years there, and then developing a deeper next level relationship, and then through the minor leagues, through the big leagues, through starting out in coaching, and then being next to him for 8 years. Nothing's ever going to break that. No single baseball game. No, but are we going to try to beat their ass? Hell yes. You know what I mean? But the relationship will stay.
I know Craig always preached having a connected
and his
club.
wife and his kids.
All that. And he always preached having a connected clubhouse, something that you've been a part of. I want to ask, based upon your experience, have you ever been a part of a team that had all the talent but wasn't connected? And the flip side of that, a team that maybe wasn't quite as talented but was incredibly connected.
No doubt. No, I mean, you learn that lesson early on,
What would you rather have?
I'd rather have a really good team that's connected.
The best of both.
Yeah, that's what you'd rather have. But the connected team is way more fun to coach. The disconnected team challenges more of a coach, but sometimes you get that, and that's what you got to work with. You know what I mean? Today, this is what we got dealt. These are the cards. So do the best you can. I think that's the way to look at it. I don't think you don't spend your life predicting or wondering or saying, well, we're not good at this, or it's our offense, it's our defense. It's all connected. Offense is connected to pitching, and pitching's connected to defense, and it all blends together. It's about what are you putting out there? You know what I mean? And we have a tendency to break it down because all you guys are so interested and the game is so popular, like you break everything down. But from our standpoint, it really comes back to like you're constantly trying to gain an edge. You're constantly trying to build that resiliency with your team. And then you let the chips fall where they may and, prepare them to play good, and hopefully they treat themselves good and get back up and do it again the next day.
Does that start with you?
I think the leadership, trickles down. I think they sense that. Hey, this guy's showing up every day to compete. I'm ready every day to compete. That's the most important thing.
That is Matt Arnold and Pat Murphy exclusively with WTMJ's Greg Matzik. The conversation continues after the news at the bottom of the hour. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Stocks finished mixed. The S&P was up 5. The Dow was down 46. The NASDAQ was up 9. Annex Wealth Management, know the difference.
Do you cringe when you look at your high school pictures? So much has changed. From your hair, today you might not have any, or maybe it's a completely different color. How about the innocence of your smile? We grow up and learn the world is bigger than we thought. It's the same with your money. Your views of wealth, legacy, and taxes have all grown up. Has your financial plan? At Annex Wealth Management, our team of tax experts can help you understand how your plan could improve. The Annex team will show you strategies that could help safeguard your wealth. And because we're fee-only fiduciaries, you won't have to put up with high-pressure sales or advice that isn't in your best interest. As you accumulate more wealth, there's a chance your tax pictures become more complex. The Annex Tax Smart Strategy Review will give you insights on your current tax plan and help build a framework to prioritize tax strategies. Take a proactive approach. Get an Annex Wealth Management Tax Smart Strategy Review. Visit annexwealth.com/taxsmart.
When it's time for an Aaron snowblower, buying local is important. Purchasing one from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment means you're well taken care of after the sale. The Olson's knowledgeable staff handles the warranty and parts, can answer all of your questions, and is available to do tune-ups and repairs. Check out the impressive line of Aaron snowblowers on display at the Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment showroom in Muskego. Aaron's is offering an instant in-store rebate and 2-year extended warranty. Check it out at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment in Muskego.
Hi, it's Samantha, and I want you to feast your ears on this Heiser Ford deal. You'll get up to $10,000 off MSRP on our limited supply of 2022 F-150s. That's a lot to save, especially before the holidays. So don't wait. These deals are being gobbled up as we speak. Stop in or shop online at HeiserFord.com to see all our monthly specials. Because at Heiser, today's your day.
That's stock number 1 FNKE 88360, MSRP 6570, tax title at $399, service fees extra, ends 11/30/23.
Thrifters can spot great deals from a mile away. And here the term great deal is an understatement. The lowest prices on men's, women's, and children's clothing, toys, furniture, housewares, jewelry, and accessories, bikes, books, games, and more. And every time you're here, you'll find something new. So if you're thrifty, you'll find this place is pretty nifty. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores, Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
John Mercure here for Sidex. You know who Sidex is? Sidex is the company in the area that does the best job taking your bathtub and turning it into a walk-in shower. They did this at my house in our main walk guest bathroom. Incredible. Upgraded and transformed our current bathroom space. It was easy. It was quick. It was very, very affordable. Sidex, doing our project the right way. Best products, industry's best installers. It's Sidex. Sanford, the dad, founded the company and passed away a few years ago, and his son Joe is living his legacy, doing it the right way. It's Sidex. Free shower door upgrade when you mention WTMJ or John Mercure. It's Sidex. SIDEX.
Traffic is sponsored by Evans Transportation Services. Thank heavens for Evans.
Rely on one company for accounting, shipping, and tracking. Evans Transportation Services. Family owned for 40 years and continuing to grow. Evans Transportation Services in Delafield.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 3:30. I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley. Your top story, the end of the line for a controversial congressman.
I'm Jessica Gatso. Still not seeing too many delays this afternoon, but 43 southbound is slowing down a bit more. Looks like that's a 10-minute delay right now going from Brown Deer to downtown. Also keeping an eye on the stadium interchange. Looks like things are starting to slow down there, especially going westbound. I'm Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, we're going to have a chance of some light showers. It'll be mostly cloudy and windy with a low of 44 tomorrow. Chance of showers early, then sunny and breezy, a high of 48. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a Republican New York congressman, that's George Santos, says he won't seek re-election following the release of a House Ethics Committee report that finds that there is overwhelming evidence that he broke the law.
The report says the congressman cannot be trusted. It has been sent to the Justice Department. Loyola Law School professor Lori Levinson.
It is an important confirmation of what was believed, that George Santos willingly and repeatedly violated the ethics rules and the financial campaign rules in running for office.
Santos tweeted, "It's a politicized smear." He has shared no plans to step aside amid federal theft charges, but the House could vote on his expulsion as early as the end of this month. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
The report says campaign expenses included thousands on hotels and even $1,400 for Botox. Wisconsin kindergartners have one of the lowest rates of vaccination in the country against measles.
New data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention indicates this is at least partly driven by a rise in exemptions from state vaccine requirements. Last school year, about 86.5% of Wisconsin kindergartners had been fully vaccinated against measles, compared to an estimated 93% across the rest of the country. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports Wisconsin also had among the lowest vaccination rates for other required vaccines, which protect against such diseases as chickenpox, polio, and whooping cough. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Little free libraries in the village of Germantown are being filled with some very specific books. Sandy P.A. owns one of two of those little free libraries in the village. She tells TMJ4 News why she's chosen to fill hers with several books recently banned from the neighboring Menominee Falls School District.
Books, you're taking away not only affirmation for those that belong to the various communities, but you're taking away understanding from those that don't, and being able to empathize and understand what those individuals are going through.
The American Library Association says in Wisconsin there have been 14 attempts to restrict access to books in Wisconsin this year, and 49 different titles have been challenged. I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, citing Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 3:34.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. Garage door broke. Do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis. Need a new garage door, do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
A
great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with a new CHI maintenance-free garage door. In fact, a recent study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%, ranking number one among all home improvement projects. To see our huge selection of doors, come visit us at our Brookfield location or view our online showroom at geistdoors.com. We have everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, call Geist at 262-784-4250 or visit us online at geistdoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geist. Don't think twice. Call Geist.
So I came to Advent because I was experiencing recurrent sinus infections. As a new mom, it was really kind of difficult.
Many of our patients complain of sinus infections. The headaches, fatigue, and nasal stuffiness have a profound effect on their lives.
I just felt like your sickness starts affecting your energy level and, the things that you really enjoy doing. That really was a breaking point for me.
So Molly came to Advent. Abnormally tight sinuses and swollen turbinates led to simple breathing triangle solutions that ended up taking about 20 minutes in office. And very soon thereafter, she was breathing freely.
I'm just in awe at the amount of air that that I'm able to breathe in and out each night, and I haven't had a sinus infection since the procedure.
I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. When you breathe well, you do live better.
Results may vary. Set your independence in motion. It starts with PACE at Community Care. The program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, also known as PACE, offers complete medical and long-term care services. A team of dedicated healthcare professionals coordinates all aspects of care to support independent living as long as possible. Learn more about a community that cares. Visit joinpacewi.com or call 833-900-PACE. That's joinpacewi.com or call 833-900-PACE.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and as a community bank, we sincerely appreciate our customer loyalty. Over nearly 90 years, we've done all we can to return the favor. Great Midwest Bank offers flexible solutions that bigger banks and credit unions simply can't, because our entire team is right here in the community. We love helping our neighbors when we're at work and then catching up over the weekend. Visit us at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
Continuing our exclusive conversation with Brewers manager Pat Murphy and Brewers general manager Matt Arnold. Murphy and Ricky Weeks introduced today in front of a nice crowd of media, cozy gathering at American Family Field. I did have an opportunity to step inside the Brewers clubhouse to meet with the new Brewers manager and the man who hired him, general manager Matt Arnold. Matt, I guess I want to start with you. You talked about this being a process, but when did that process start? To dial in that question a little more, the first inclination that you would be looking for a new manager, when did that enter your mind?
Yeah, I think, obviously we had worked with Craig for so many years, and I think as conversations continued to drag on, we thought it was responsible to spend more time thinking about what life might be without him, and again, as I said, the more time you spend on it, and then you start thinking about the ingredients that are important to you and your franchise, you keep coming back to Pat Murphy, and that was something that really resonated with me and our staff and our ownership group, as all the things that we were looking for were here the whole time.
How long did it take to arrive at that conclusion from when you started the process to today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a slow transitioner, so I like to spend real time thinking about everything. You can ask my wife about that, but I think the reality is, once you have clarity and focus on the things that matter the most, the people just fall into place, and that's what it was, and it was here the whole time, and the amount of time that we've spent together, it makes this very seamless, and I'm really excited about it.
All right, so did Matt's son really, was that the first?
Yes. The
first you knew you were the manager of the Brewers, Matt's son called you?
It was Matt Arnold on the phone, so I picked it up. I said, "Hey, what do you got?" And it was FaceTime. So it was him on the phone, Tyler, and we spent some time together last year, and I've gotten to know Tyler over the years. But he said, "How would you like to be the manager of the Brewers?" That was just, it was great. Yeah.
How many conversations had you had with Matt as part of the process, which I guess could have started at any point you think it could have started?
Yeah. I don't remember dates and things like that, but we talked quite a bit during the time. But I respected what he was going through in his process and his team was doing. So I didn't try to bug him about anything or inquire. I just, when they called me, I took the call.
You said something interesting during your introductory press conference, because you've got decades of service coaching and managing in baseball, and a lot of that is in college. Over 900 wins in college.
1,000.
Successful.
1,000. Right on the nose.
Is it right on the nose?
Right on the nose. Last game,
I'm
North Carolina.
Okay. I'm Notre Dame and ASU, I'm thinking, was 900
900
plus.
something, yeah.
I'm missing something out of there, right?
Division III. There's some Division III when I first started. Yeah. 1,000. Last game ever. College World Series. Last game I ever coached, beat North Carolina 1,000.
Did you know it was win number 1,000 at that time?
A lot of people told me, yeah.
Yeah?
They told me before the game this is going to be win number 1,000.
How meaningful is that?
It's kind of cool that it's just that number. I think if it was 1,003, it wouldn't mean as much. But the fact that my last college game was that, my second last, because we lost the last game I coached to go to the national championship. But yeah, it's cool.
Is that even part of your calculus, Matt, when you're identifying all the traits that make a great manager? Oh, by the way, he has 1,000 wins at a very different level, but 1,000 managerial wins.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're looking at winning, and he's been a winner everywhere he's been. It's whether it's in the minor leagues as a coach there, here with the Brewers for many years, and then obviously 1,000 wins on top of that. Yeah, that's a big deal for everybody, because you don't have a lot of people that can say that.
Your Notre Dame teams might have been able to beat the Expos. I don't know. Maybe a stretch.
No, I'll tell you, that was a great experience. All that was a great experience, and I was not very good. You know what I mean? I was just really, really focused, and my heart was in the right place. I just wasn't equipped to be as good as I could be. You know what I mean? So you're young. I'm a 28-year-old head coach, and we won a lot of games right in a row. Averaged 46 wins a year for 7 years or something. Nobody in Notre Dame history had done that. Notre Dame non-scholarship were playing for Omaha 3 years in a row, Final 16. And you think you're good. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's telling you you're good, and you think you're a good coach. And you get a rude awakening when you start learning about this profession, what it's really all about. Then you realize, be careful, guys. I tell young coaches, be careful. You win a lot of games, you think you're good. That's a big mistake.
Was there a humbling moment for you along the way?
There's been a lot. There's been a lot of humbling moments.
What stands out?
Well, just arriving at ASU, and immediately I'm following a legend. Nobody liked me. No, you could tell. You feel it. Hey, don't you realize what I've done? I'm good. And then coaching in the six-pack when there was only 6 teams in that Pac-10 thing. 6 teams, and you play each other twice. And it was war. And, it was shocking. And I learned from a lot of coaches there about how to win baseball games, not just manage games, how to win baseball games. And we didn't get our fannies handed to us. We were always really good, but I wasn't winning at the level early that I wanted to, and our teams weren't winning at the level that I wanted. And yeah, it's like, how are we going to do this? You got to change. You got to adjust.
That's our exclusive interview. Greg Matzek talking to Matt Arnold and Pat Murphy at American Family Field. Much more as we head through the afternoon, a couple of chunks of stuff that's pretty interesting about what the future's likely to hold for the Brewers. We've got that for you in the 5 o'clock hour. It was videotaped, too. Our digital guy, Dylan, did a fantastic job. It's really beautiful. That's going to be up at WTMJ.com, so you can check it out. You can see it. You can listen to it. WTMJ.com. You'll be able to access it through the digital app also. The WTMJ app. It is 3:44 at WTMJ. Up next, celebrity chef Adam Pavlik is with us in the studio. And during the 4 o'clock hour, George Santos, the very latest, some very interesting details on what's happening to the disgraced congressman. We'll do that at 4:15. And then we thought it might be fun to call the Butterball Turkey line and run through a couple scenarios that have happened in our lives with turkeys gone bad. So we call the Butterball Turkey line. We'll do that coming up during the 4 o'clock hour as well. It is 3:44 at WTMJ.
You can have the power of Jeff Wagner. My head is getting ready to explode. In the palm of your hands, whenever and wherever you want. Just look up The Jeff Wagner Show on Apple, Spotify, the WTMJ app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Because you keep voting the same people in over and over again. The same judges, the same district attorney, the same members of the Common Council, the same members of the county board, and nothing changes. And don't forget, you can still listen to me live from noon to 3 on WTMJ.
If you own a company or you're in management, you know how valuable your loyal employees are. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Show your gratitude with a company holiday party at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club, recently voted the best supper club in the area. It is fantastic. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free. So half of your employees' dinners are free, saving your company hundreds of dollars. That's an incredible deal. The Fox and Hounds is tucked into the Kettle Moraine Forest. The warmth, the aroma of those real wood-burning fireplaces hit you right away when you walk in the door. The holiday decorations, absolutely incredible, putting your employees in the holiday spirit. Gift cards make perfect holiday gifts, and with the buy one dinner, get one free offer, it's like getting a free gift card. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the famous Holy Hill Shrine. The drive is beautiful. Book your company holiday party and order your gift cards today at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. Relax tonight. Enjoy your free dinner. Be a great way to spend the evening. foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
You wanted them, you got them. Even more Black Friday Now deals at Fleet Farm. Save on delicious Bear Creek soup mixes, 3 for $9. Plus, take 20% off all Lego sets. Spend $100 on Under Armour, get a $30 Fleet Farm gift card free. And stock up on nut and berry bird food, 20 pounds for just $24.99. Shop Black Friday Now at Fleet Farm, home of everything you need for everyday life.
Have you been thinking about putting away your patio furniture? With By the Yard's maintenance-free outdoor furniture, you wouldn't have to. By the Yard builds furniture for year-round enjoyment. Their outdoor furniture boasts an impressive 35-year warranty, ensuring your investment lasts for decades to come. Head over to By the Yard's showroom at Mayfair Mall in Wauwatosa to check out their maintenance-free outdoor furniture firsthand. Or browse their online showroom at buytheyard.net. That's buytheyard.net. With By the Yard, life is better outdoors.
Traffic and weather. Hello, Jessica.
Hello, John. Still really only seeing a couple of delays right now. Looking at 43 southbound, it's about a 7-minute delay to get from Brown Deer to downtown. And keeping an eye on the Stadium interchange, looks like things are slowing down by a few minutes on westbound, going on 94 westbound. See something on the roads we should know about? Call the WTMJ HallMazdaMilwaukee.com traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Mazda during Mazda's Season of Inspiration. I'm Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, chance for light rain, a low of 44 degrees. Tomorrow, showers early, a high of 48. Saturday, mostly sunny, going to be a good one, a high of 51. Sunday, mostly sunny, a high of 50. And on Monday, slight chance for rain, a high of 50 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it's very nice. It's 61 degrees. All right, let's do this. Joining us in the studio is celebrity chef, the owner of Egg and Flour, Adam Pavlik. Adam, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here.
Happy Thursday.
When I see you here, I know it's going to be a good afternoon.
It's time to eat is what it means.
That means Matzik has probably fired up something delicious.
Say, people usually think I'm the one bringing the food, but you know on a Thursday when you see me that Matzik is bringing food.
Let me ask you about that. How is it, because you just were telling us you're in a really busy stretch, doing a lot of really cool events, when someone else does the cooking for you?
It's great. That's why my rule with my family is I don't cook on holidays, because I just want to sit there. And if something's boiling over on fire or burned, I just watch.
That's a nice way to do it. So, the inspiration behind the whole segment was to get you ready for your football weekend, right? And the thought was whoever the Packers play will try and incorporate something from, the team they play. So they played the Saints, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
We did the Primanti sandwiches last week because the Packers played Pittsburgh.
Chicago, all that stuff.
Well, they play the Chargers this weekend. What do you do with Los Angeles?
It's tough.
What comes to mind for you, Chef? When you think of food in Los Angeles, does anything in particular come to mind?
Street food and food trucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
really, really popular. And, you know, most of the time they're better than any walk-in restaurant with a server and a sit-down. You know, you just roll up. I remember going out to Burbank and being in Venice and stuff, and it's going to a truck they've upgraded. They're not even trucks anymore. They're like full-on setups with tents and tables, and you go up there and you can get, 5 tacos for $10 or, $7, and they're making them, and there's wherever there's a line, you go. That's the rule with food. If a restaurant's busy, don't be mad that they're busy and you can't sit down right away. You just know that you're in the right place. So if you see lines, you're good.
Well, I don't own my own food truck, so I had to get a little creative with this. So I thought about just piecing something together that you could do with your family, you could do with friends, and you could have it hot, you could have it cold, you could sort of doctor it up any way you want.
I still don't know what it is, and I'm looking at it.
All right, so here's what we did. For those watching on the live stream, I did kind of a slider version of a beef tenderloin slider. That's all it is.
Right.
So I cooked the tenderloin medium rare, about 129 sous vide last night.
Sous vide.
Yeah, I have a sous vide.
You know what that mean? No, what does that mean?
Just like cooking in a water bath, essentially.
Oh.
Low and slow at a controlled temperature until it's ready.
So the meat goes in a freezer bag. You vacuum seal it if you want. You drop everything. You drop the bag with some aromatics and some garlic on the meat in the water.
So you boil it?
No.
No.
All right, go ahead. I should let you finish.
Well, most degrees are like 134, 124.
Okay.
Boiling's 212. You don't take it that high. So it's like very gently cooking without ever overcooking.
But you cook it in the water.
I set it to a temperature. 129 is my medium rare temp.
There we go.
I cannot overcook it.
2 hours?
This was in 2 hours because you can't overcook it.
Yeah.
You can undercook it, but you can't overcook it.
If you overcook, it's not the meat won't be overcooked. The texture will be worse if you leave it in there for long periods of time.
So then I seared it in a cast iron, minced garlic, salt and pepper, very simple seasonings, and I put it in the fridge because beef tenderloin is so good you can have it cold.
No matter what, yes.
It's got to be cooked, but you can have it cold. So what I pieced together here is a slider roll, which is kind of like a Kaiser. I've got melted Havarti cheese over the sous vide beef tenderloin. It's cooked perfectly. The sous vide does it, not me. Topped with arugula and a little bit of a horseradish sauce. So I made one for everybody here.
Oh,
yeah, we all win.
It's not my favorite
They're
segment,
not so much
too.
sliders. These are pretty big. These are good.
Grab one there. There you go. You take your pick here. First of all, there you go.
They all look great. All right.
There we go.
That looks
John, I got one for
great.
you too.
Full-on
You shouldn't have, but I'm glad you
there
did.
you go. Grab one. I know you got a
He's
meeting
making
tonight.
up for the last 7 weeks of no food for John.
Oh, my God. Oh, this smells great.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple. So you can buy the beef tenderloin already done if you want, or you can cook it yourself and cook it. Maybe cook it overnight. You can freeze it.
Or that looks beautiful.
Or put it in the fridge. I would recommend not freezing it.
Even like a really cheating pro tip, if you're on a budget, just get some roast beef as well too.
That would
some
also work.
sandwich meat,
The
Have it cut
roll is
thick.
even warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do have a fun little contraption upstairs. So I was able to get the cheese melted. So pretty much everything is warm except the arugula and the actual beef.
All right, let's get after it.
Sorry
it's
for anyone
simple
that has to
seasoning.
vacuum in the studio, but
Yeah, all good. Well, the arugula gets a little. The arugula's got a good little snap. It's a great year for arugula. Tell that to your server every time you go to a restaurant. It's a great year for arugula. I don't know if it is, but it'll make you sound really important. Adam's got that look on his face.
all right.
What is that look?
I'm not sure.
I'm chewing right now.
Okay.
You know how I roll.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah, I
I
guess
like
it's a little bigger than a slider.
When he chews, he stares at what he's just eaten, I've noticed.
He's trying to think his way through his reaction.
He's eyeing that. Look at him eyeing that sandwich while he chews on it.
Just checking it out, seeing how it was put together.
Okay.
Okay. Last one. Good. Okay. There's only one thing. Well, there's 2 things that I would change about this. Do you want that, or do you want me to give you the score, then tell you why?
I need it all. I need it all.
He needs it all. Okay. 2 things. I feel like the beef can use more salt.
Okay.
So don't be scared of salt, especially with the sous vide, because you're not I know you're searing it, but also get a lot of good crust on it. The meat can take on a lot. Doesn't mean it's bad. Just more salt. It'll really pop there. And my last suggestion for this is slicing it thinner.
Okay.
That's it.
Like you
So
mean
nothing with
like
your flavors.
shaved and like folded. And...
No, like if you have it, especially if it's cold, you could probably cut it easier. Like when it's warm, it's losing all the juices and all that.
Yeah, I did
Just slice it a little bit thinner for the chew and the bite.
Okay. So then would you have less meat on the sandwich, or you'd put multiple pieces of it thinly
same
sliced?
Same amount
Just
of beef.
slice
This
nice
is
and
probably 3 ounces or
Yep.
so, 2.5 ounces. But just
That's good
thinner, so
size.
when you get into it, it's really good. Flavor's
It's got good flavor. I like the flavor.
Yeah.
So, all right, score it up.
Good temp.
Good temp.
Medium rare, spot on.
Yep, I checked that right away. Everything's good. The sauce is great. The bun is toasted, so it's not soft all the way through. Cheese is melted. We're going to give this 8-1.
All right, I'm over 8 still.
Come on, that's like the same score every week almost.
I know, but remember, we're not scoring against the other item. I'm just scoring it as like an overall.
But you gave it. You got like an 8-2 last week, right?
I think so.
So you're headed the wrong direction.
Well, hey,
Just kidding.
You're floating.
Just kidding.
We'll just say no direction. You're just floating in the same area, which is, if I was a chef and I did a 10-course meal, fine dining, and someone said I liked 8 out of the 10 courses, I would be happy.
That's
with
a home
that.
run right there.
That's really good. I think,
You're a good cook, Matzik. That is
well,
tasty.
if I'm inviting you and Michelle over for dinner and I make this,
Yes.
are you pleased with it?
I'm thinking home run.
You
the
feel like
fact that he's talking about sous vide and pan searing and temperatures, he knows what he's doing. That's why I'm here. Not every radio host
That's true.
can just like throw down and get 8 1s. Remember that, Matzik?
Well, that's why he does it, and not me, because he knows what he's doing. He's good at it.
I would have to go hard on you.
And you would.
I'd be like, 2-6. I'm sorry, but it's burned.
Well, we had John do it once. He made a cocktail. That's also fine.
Exactly. Which
Nothing
was
wrong with that.
great.
All right, Chef, what do you got coming up? Something special in Tomahawk's coming up.
Yeah, super random, I know. It's the first time I'll be out there, but I was invited by the legendary Bootleggers Lodge in Tomahawk, Wisconsin. 3.5 hours away. We're doing a 2-night series. It's going to be 100 people each night, 6 courses with wine pairings. We're doing a very, very elevated Italian fine dining, 6 courses. So different pasta I know. I can say there's some scallops on the menu. There's some steak. They actually have the menu posted, so it's not like it's very secret. But bootleggerslodge.com or their Facebook. It's $200 a person. We're not hiding that. To wait till you go to the website. It's $200 for 6 courses, 6 wine pairings. Amazing. Bootleggers is in Tomahawk, and I'm super excited. I'll be there all week, actually. And my thing for selling this is you go to the Friday night dinner, and then you just make it like a staycation in Tomahawk, Wisconsin for the
There you
weekend.
go. Yeah.
And come back Sunday.
What's the website again?
Bootleggerslodge.com. Or you can do reservations at bootleggers-lodge.com.
All right, let's go. Bootleggerslodge.com. Just Google Bootleggers, Tomahawk.
Bootleggers, Tomahawk, Wisconsin. It would be amazing to see some people come up from Milwaukee, or if you're maybe halfway from Milwaukee to there. It's going to be a nice drive.
Fantastic.
I think it's going to be fun.
Knows
Something
what
for
he's doing.
The holidays.
Adam Pavlik, Egg and Flowers guy. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you guys for having me.
3:57 at WTMJ.
Hey, how about a pizza tonight? All this talk about food, yeah, it's probably got you hungry. Well, if beef tenderloin's not in your future, how about a Palermo's? It's good stuff as well. Screamin' Sicilian, Connie's, Urban Pie. How about the new Neighborhood Pizzeria Pizza? We love it all in the Matzik household. Screamin' Sicilian, there's stuff in the crust now. Did you know that? 2.5 feet of cheese right there in the crust. They have found a way to make a great pizza even better. At Palermo's, Wisconsin's hometown pizza, made proudly in the state for over 55 years. They do it right. They do it the right way. And Palermo's can be found wherever you like to shop. So make a pit stop at Festival Foods, Pick and Save, Sendik's, Piggly Wiggly, Woodman's. You know where to go. Find yourself in the pizza section and pick up some Palermo's. Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
A major tenant at the Milwaukee County Research Park in Wauwatosa plans to relocate. GE Healthcare transitions 1,000 jobs to its massive Waukesha campus in stages by 2026. With CEO Frank Kretschy retiring from automotive supplier Stratec, the outlook for the company's Glendale plant gets scrutiny. He says he can't predict the future. An investor says it stays open for now. Flying from the Fox Valley to the New York City area gets cheaper next spring. Allegiant Travel offers fares as low as $59 to go from Appleton to Newark, New Jersey. I'm Rich Kirchin with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Sponsored by the Pfister Hotel. Make your reservations today. Visit thepfisterhotel.com.
The Pfister Hotel is proud to announce a series of renovations now underway that will elevate its guest experience with added elegance, approachable sophistication, and modern amenities that will blend effortlessly with the Pfister's iconic charm. With fully renovated ballrooms and meeting spaces, all new guest rooms in the historic tower, and exciting enhancements to the lobby and other common areas, all phases of this plan are expected to be completed by spring 2024. Milwaukee may have plenty of wonderful hotels, but make no mistake, there is only one Pfister Hotel.
Do you check your savings account and wonder if you're even saving at all? At Town Bank, we view banking differently and actually want to see your savings grow. With our amazing new CD rates, you can now earn even more, so you can sit back and relax. Stop banking the same way, expecting different results, and start earning more. Go to townbank.us/locknewrates or visit a Town Bank branch nearest you today. Bank differently with Town Bank. Member FDIC.
Everywhere you look, from groceries to utilities to gas, prices keep going up. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round by replacing drafty windows and doors in as little as 6 weeks. And now you can save even more by taking advantage of no interest and no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offer ends 11/30/2023.
Exergen thermometers are a top choice of medical professionals at highly ranked hospitals across the U.S. Accuracy matters, so make Exergen the chosen thermometer for your home and family.
Your Salvation Army donation shelters the homeless. Share hope today at samilwaukee.org.
Traffic is sponsored by Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialists. Retire well with Kowal.
Don't wait until the end of the year to look at your financial plan. Now is the time to focus on year-end money-saving opportunities. Schedule your no-obligation retirement review with us at thekowalway.com.
Your locally owned hometown station gives you the news and what it means to you. Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
I'm John Mercure. Your top story, finally an arrest of a Franklin fugitive.
I'm Greg Matzik. Next stop, New York City.
I'm Jessica Gatso in for Debbie Lazaga. Keeping an eye on a few delays this afternoon. 43 southbound looks like a 8-minute delay to get from Brown Deer to downtown. Also on 894 westbound right now, about a 2-minute delay going westbound from Mitchell to the Mitchell interchange to the Hale interchange. And looking at around State Fair Park on 94 eastbound, things are starting to slow down a little bit there. I'm Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, chance for light showers, a low of 44. Tomorrow, rain early in the day, a high of 48. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, an arrest in a stabbing in Franklin after weeks of searching for a fugitive.
Franklin police say they have arrested Christian Correa in Atlanta, Georgia, with help from the U.S. Marshals Task Force. The manhunt starting with a 911 call for a stabbing on West Scamra Avenue in Franklin, this back on October 27th. When police arrived, Correa fled on foot. That led to nearly 3 weeks of searching, with Correa's cell phone shut off and police unable to provide updates for days. Correa had been recently released from the Waupun Correctional Institute. He has a history of resisting arrest as well as known mental health issues. Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
The federal jury has convicted the man who broke into the home of former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and attacked her husband with a hammer. The jury found David DePape guilty of assault and attempted kidnapping charges. Congressional correspondent Scott McFarland says the attack rattled Capitol Hill.
A transcendent crime that has resonated here on Capitol Hill ever since it occurred about a year ago. Not only was this an attack against a member of Congress's spouse, it speaks to a broader issue that the number of political violent threats, the number of threat investigations underway here at the U.S. Capitol has grown by leaps and bounds.
The federal jury deliberated for about 8 hours before convicting DePape, who faces 50 years in prison for the federal charges.
You could soon see a missing Madison girl on a gas station video monitor near you. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is working alongside the Madison Police Department in the search for missing 12-year-old Danielle Noble. Danielle disappeared November 7th from her home, and police believe she may be traveling out of state. Danielle's posters being displayed on gas pumps throughout multiple states. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to contact Madison Police.
Well, the annual Wisconsin Gun Deer Hunt begins Saturday. While hunting remains popular in the state, the annual number of hunting licenses continues to decline. Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Paul Smith.
There's been good efforts there. They just haven't been enough to make up for the loss of the baby boomers who are getting out of hunting.
9-day season is expected to draw 550,000 licensed hunters.
Greendale High School will be one of only 12 marching bands appearing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City a week from today. Director Tom Reifenberg says the nearly 200-member band will march to Hooked on a Feeling and perform on the Macy's Star to music from The Lion King.
Trying to appeal to a really wide range of audience members, in the televised part, 45 million people around the world that are watching this event.
No, Hakuna Matata means no worries.
You got that right.
Greendale High School is hosting a public send-off for the band with a full performance, free and open to the public, 1 o'clock Saturday. Check it out. The parade airs Thanksgiving morning on TMJ4 at 8:30.
Packers cornerback Jair Alexander returns to practice after missing all of last week. Packers take on the Chargers Sunday at Lambeau. Football tonight, the Ravens host the Bengals in Baltimore, and Major League Baseball owners unanimously vote to allow the Oakland A's to move to Las Vegas.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 4:05.
This report is sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. SidingUnlimited.com.
Thomas Hood wrote a poem titled No. It ends with, no shade, no shine, no butterflies, no bees, no fruits, no flowers, no leaves, no birds, November. Sounds like he lived here. Is your home ready for November? Siding Unlimited, Wisconsin's best home defense contractor, has been imploring you for years to get and keep your home protected against Wisconsin's weather, especially winter. November is the overture to winter. Call Siding Unlimited now before the polar vortex lady sings her chilling song through your doors, windows, roofs, and siding. Siding Unlimited is the best installer with the best products to mute Vortex's screech. America's best products, Pella and Sunrise Window, Certainteed Roofing, LP SmartSide Siding, and others identify Siding Unlimited as Wisconsin's best installer. You just need to contact them. Go to sidingunlimited.com and change it to no drafts, no chills, no excess heating bills, November. Sidingunlimited.com.
Whatever you do, don't buy an engagement ring or any piece of diamond jewelry until you discover the all-new Diamonds Direct, opening very soon on Mayfair Road in front of Mayfair Mall. This is no ordinary jewelry store. Diamonds Direct is a global diamond powerhouse, started by former diamond wholesalers, a real direct importer bringing real price relief to Milwaukee. No middleman direct importer prices on exquisite diamonds, straight from the diamond cutters. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, more diamond jewelry than you've ever seen in one place at prices you never thought possible. Why pay 20 to 30% more than you need to? Diamonds Direct is here to revolutionize how people here buy diamonds once and for all, with a staggering selection and prices that will blow you away. All this plus a stunning showroom, unbeatable warranties and guarantees, free service for life on any purchase, and a luxurious shopping experience. Diamonds Direct, Milwaukee's direct diamond importer. Opening soon on Mayfair Road in front of Mayfair Mall.
Hey, the future of joint pain is here. So where's that pain? In your hips, your knees, your back maybe? How about your shoulders? Yeah, could be acting up this time of year as well. Well, don't let it sideline you any longer, and don't let anybody tell you that surgery is your only option. No, give a call to QC Kinetics. The future of pain relief is here. Hey, it's Greg Matzek. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, restoring and repairing that damaged joint tissue and doing it the natural way. That means no drugs and no downtime. Forget about the surgery. No, this is the science of using properties from your own body to bring you that lasting relief that you need. QC Kinetics, trusted by patients all over the country. Advanced protocols will get you moving again and allow you to think big. In 2024, get the relief you need so badly with a call to QC Kinetics. Advanced regenerative treatments and getting amazing reviews from people with arthritic pain from an injury. No drugs, no downtime or surgery. Give them a call. QC Kinetics. A free consultation awaits from the medical professionals. 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. Again, QC Kinetics. 414-285-3474.
Hi, it's Samantha, and I want you to feast your ears on this Heiser Toyota deal. Get $1,000 in APR TSF bonus cash on 2023 and 2024 Toyota Tundras. Plus, we have 2023 Toyota 4Runners on lot and ready to go. So don't wait. These deals are being gobbled up as we speak. Stop in or shop online at HeiserToyota.com to see all our monthly specials. Because at Heiser, today's your day.
Valid on 23-24 Toyota Tundra gas vehicles, model specific. Must qualify for financing, tax title, and $399 service fees extra ends 11/30/23.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John McCure.
All right, thanks for being with us. That sandwich you made was incredible, Mansick. That
Finish
was,
it?
That, oh, yeah. That
Done?
was like, that is restaurant quality.
That was tasty.
That is good. I've had dinner at your house several times, and that's exactly how it is at your house, too. You don't mess around. So, like, most of us can cook, and we have a couple dishes that we go to. When I'm at your house, I feel like it's next level. It's the little things. It's the nuance. It's the spices. It's the little special things that go into a meal that make it over the top.
Well, winter hits, and like I feel like we need to do stuff, and I don't know, cooking's like a hobby. So winter hits, I tend to cook a lot more, too, for sure.
Man, you have happy stomachs in your family, I'm sure. It's 4:10 at WTMJ. Coming up, we're going to get you the latest on George Santos. This is just a crazy story out of New York with new developments today. But first, before we get there, renewable energy is what we're talking about. Using it to power your home is becoming a more realistic option for Milwaukee residents. WTMJ's Jessica Gatzow has the story.
An opportunity for lower electricity bills and energy independence is on the horizon for Milwaukee County residents. Grow Solar has returned, and that means your home could be powered by the sunshine. Taylor Ball is the solar program manager at nonprofit Midwest Renewable Energy Association. She says it's never been a better time for Wisconsinites to invest in solar energy.
One thing that's really special this year, too, is the recent pass of the tax credit, the ITC.
That federal investment tax credit applies up to a 30% discount on residential and commercial installations. It can be combined with a Wisconsin incentive called Focus on Energy, which offers financial rebates for solar installation.
Residents now have the opportunity to learn if solar is right for them.
Full Spectrum Solar and Arch Solar are the installers for the 2023 program. Solar energy consultant Jennifer Larson with Arch Solar says the best way to find out more about the program is to attend a Solar Power Hour information session.
People get the experience of starting out knowing nothing about solar and getting a really great education.
Investing in solar energy is going to look different for every consumer. Larson says it's not simply a matter of mounting photovoltaic panels onto your roof, but actually a customized system. That could include an electric vehicle charger, storage for excess energy, or an energy monitoring system.
You have the option to monitor your system and every day check in and see, if it's a sunny day, how is your solar production going and are you offsetting your usage today?
The entire process, from getting a site assessment and permits to completing installation, takes about 10 weeks. But once the first ray of sun hits the panels, the savings are immediate. Jeremy Stadtmuller is one participant in the group buy. A solar power system will be installed on the roof of his home and garage in Whitefish Bay by springtime. He says energy efficiency was his primary goal.
It was all about a return on investment for me. I think that this is a smart way to use our resources efficiently. Am I proud of the fact that my house will have solar panels? I am.
Stadtmuller also says energy independence motivated him to invest.
Honestly, it's freedom. I'm at the mercy of We Energies. I can't call up Michigan Power and have them run me power here. Like, you can't shop around as energy costs go up. This is something where I can invest, and in a little over 10 years, I'm completely in the black. Like, everything after that, I'm making money entirely.
There's still a chance to learn more at the final Solar Power Hour, which will take place virtually this Thursday, November 16th. You can visit WTMJ.com for more information. And the deadline to join the Grow Solar program is Thursday, November 30th. For WTMJ News, I'm Jessica Gatzow.
Such good information in there. All right, coming up, George Santos, the disgraced New York congressman. A busy day for him on the ethics front today, and he announces he won't seek re-election after a scathing House ethics report. What does it mean moving forward? That's up next on WTMJ.
Your way inside the huddle.
Hut one, hut two.
Without putting on any pads.
Hi.
It's Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
No one's going to feel sorry for you. Matt LaFleur likes to tell us that all the time. No one's going to say, oh, well, these poor guys, they have all these rookies. We're going to take it easy on them. Nobody's going to do that.
Every day of the regular season at 4:15, it's Green and Gold Insiders all season long, right here on WTMJ.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Pain relief and gimmicks. The two seem to go hand in hand, and it really is a shame, because when you're living with chronic pain, you're vulnerable. And that's why so many people get tricked into buying unproven treatments. At Rejuvenex, we understand how you suffer, how you wait to get out of bed because you know the pain is coming. Chronic pain from osteoarthritis is a terrible thing, and that's why we use our proprietary, powerful, FDA-approved treatments to precisely target your affected areas, to provide cushion and lubrication that helps deliver long-lasting pain relief in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. I'm Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. We're in-network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief, really.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scafidi for Omaha Steaks. It's that time of year. Fall is in the air, and that means we're looking forward to crisp mornings, falling leaves, and sweater weather. But more importantly, it's the perfect time for fall grilling, tailgating, and cozy comfort food. Omaha Steaks is all your fall cravings covered with 50% off site-wide during their semi-annual sale. That's 50% of all your favorite tender, juicy, extra-aged steaks, like their butcher's cut filet mignons. Go to omahasteaks.com today. Use promo code WTMJ at checkout. Get an extra $30 off your order. The possibilities are endless with Omaha Steaks. Endless flavor, endless value, incredible entrees, scrumptious sides, decadent desserts, and so much more. All 50% off during the semi-annual sale. Every bite's backed by their 100% unconditional guarantee. Go to omahasteaks.com, shop all your delicious favorites for half the price. Enter promo code WTMJ at checkout for an extra $30 off. Hurry, this sale is for a limited time. Minimum order may be required.
Traffic is sponsored by Smart Spaces. Adapt to the modern workplace. SmartSpacesWI.com.
How can Smart Spaces transform your business?
Creating technology, great culture, spaces that people really want to come to, attract talent, and keep that talent.
SmartSpacesWI.com.
Traffic and weather. Debbie's out. Jessica's in. Good afternoon.
Hi, John. Travel times are still not looking too bad this afternoon. Looks like 43 southbound is really the worst of the delays. It's going to take you about 9 minutes to get from Brown Deer to downtown. Also seeing a minor delay on 894 eastbound, about just 1 minute longer than usual, a total of 7 minutes to get from the Hale interchange to the Mitchell interchange. I'm Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for tonight. Chance for light showers, a low of 44. Tomorrow, chance for early showers, a high of 48. On Saturday, mostly sunny, 51. On Sunday, sunny, 50. On Monday, mostly cloudy, a high of 50 degrees. Right now, it is 62. Hope your Thursday's going great. Wanted to get you the very latest on the George Santos situation. He is the congressman from New York that now says he won't seek re-election following a blistering House ethics report. ABC's Liz Landers has been covering this story from the beginning, and she is with us this afternoon. Liz, thank you so much for being with us.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Let's first start with what the report found and what the report said.
Sure, the report is 56 pages, and as you said, it is a scathing sort of indictment against Congressman George Santos, who represents part of Long Island in New York. Basically, this report says that they describe their own report as a complex web of unlawful activity involving Rep. Santos's campaign, personal, and business findings. That's what the report reveals. So it talks about specific expenditures as potential personal use of campaign funds. So basically, they're alleging that George Santos used campaign funds for personal expenditures, and they go into a lot of detail, and they have the receipts on what those personal expenditures were. We're talking about $6,000 worth of shopping at the expensive Italian brand Ferragamo. He paid his rent using campaign funds, allegedly. He spent more than $1,000 on Botox. He spent $4,000 at another fancy French store, Hermes. He spent money at Sephora. He spent money on meals and parking. And then there was a huge amount of money that was withdrawn in cash withdrawals. So this report just has tons and tons of information about how George Santos was allegedly basically committing campaign fraud. It's not legal to spend campaign funds and donations that you receive when you're running for Congress or any other kind of political office in this country to spend that on personal use. So Santos, you know, he's usually quite vocal about this kind of stuff. He posted on Twitter, what we now call X, I suppose, that the report was biased, it smears him, and that anybody who's sort of reading about it and the people who put it out there, these members of the ethics committee were committing a grave miscarriage of justice. And then in that, he also mentions that he will not be seeking re-election.
So, Liz, the evidence seems overwhelming here, yet Santos has pleaded not guilty, of course. I mean, what will his defense be?
Yeah. Well, so now we're looking at basically two different things that are kind of running on parallel tracks. His House Ethics Committee report is not any kind of criminal report. It's just what they found, and they now think that Santos should be potentially voted on to be removed from Congress. So that is one potential consequence of this report. And then there is also the separate criminal investigation that is ongoing. In that investigation, he is already facing 24 felony charges. That sort of was revealed, I think, in October last month. He has pleaded not guilty to those charges. But this is an overwhelming, as you said, amount of information and now evidence about ethical violations as a member of Congress that Santos has allegedly committed, and also allegations in here that amount to criminal conduct as well.
ABC's Liz Landers is with us. So there was an effort in the past, Liz, to expel him, and he survived that. Could that be renewed?
He has actually survived that twice. This will now be the third attempt to remove him from Congress. And it actually seems increasingly likely that he could be expelled from Congress this time. What that means is that there would be a vote that comes to the floor. It's a resolution. The House Ethics Committee Chairman, Guest, Mr. Guest, has already said that he is planning to introduce that resolution tomorrow. They will likely not take that up in Congress until after Thanksgiving. But that vote will require a 2/3 majority of Congress. So a super majority of the members of the House would have to vote to remove Santos from Congress. But some of the members who have voted in the past to let Santos stay in his seat, remain as a member of Congress, have now come out today and said that they have changed their minds, that this ethics report presents, as you said, an overwhelming amount of evidence of wrongdoing that Santos has committed. So they are now changing their votes. That could potentially mean that Santos would be one of the very few members of Congress in the history of the nation to be actually expelled from the body. We talk all the time about how Congress is looking at all these sort of very unusual and in some cases unprecedented moments, like the Speaker of the House being removed a few weeks ago. This would be another one of those extremely unusual moments, but it does seem like it's coming to a head quite soon for Santos.
So, Liz, just to clarify, he has announced that he will not seek re-election next year, but he's also said that he will continue to serve. Is that what he would like to do?
That's exactly what he said, yes. So he plans to serve out the remainder of his term, which in this case would be another year. So that's why I think some of these members and the Ethics Committee chairman has brought this, this resolution, this piece of legislation forward to potentially remove him from Congress so that he is not there to serve out the rest of his term. One of his New York colleagues, Mike Lawler, who has been very vocal about the fact that he wanted Santos to either be removed or to resign, he said that Santos needs to resign immediately, and if he refuses, he must be removed from Congress because Lawler sees what is laid out in this ethics report as criminal conduct. So there is certainly a chance that even if Santos says, I'm going to try to serve out the remainder of my term, that his colleagues in the House will not let him do that.
ABC's Liz Landers. What a mess this is. Liz, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Welcome to Washington. That's our world these days.
It is 4:23 at WTMJ. In a world where it seems like Republicans and Democrats never vote together on anything, this may be the exception. There are Republicans and Democrats who say that George Santos has got to go. Wanted to tell you this afternoon about something else that's going on in our neck of the woods, which is super impressive and makes me really proud. Tabak Law is a legal firm that does a lot of work for veterans in the Milwaukee area and nationwide. For more than a decade, they've been helping veterans get the VA benefits they deserve. And now Tabak Law is doing much more than helping veterans and helping their families with legal services. They are donating $100,000 to the Center for Veterans Issues. It's a local veterans charity. Basically, what they do at CVI is that they offer job training for veterans. They run a food pantry, mental health support for homeless veterans, that sort of thing. And Tabak Law has stepped up, and they've said, you know what? CVI is an organization that does a lot for veterans, and it's an organization that's under the radar. There are a lot of great veteran charities, and there are a lot of great veteran charities that nobody knows a lot about, and CVI is one of them. So Tabak Law says, you know what? We want to be involved with providing housing and supportive services to help improve the quality of life for veterans. We want to live it every single day. CVI does that. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Tabak Law, who has announced that they are donating $100,000 to the Center for Veterans Issues. There's a lot of companies, there's a lot of organizations in town that talk about doing the right thing. And then there are some like Tabak Law that do the right thing and live it every single day. So Tabak, thank you so much for what you do for our veterans. At 4:25, I want to give you a little bit of preview what's still ahead in the show. Deer season, gun deer season, starts this Saturday. We've got kind of a look at what you can expect. We'll have a feature on that coming up right after the news. Butterball Turkey phone lines are open. You got an issue or a question? They say they will answer it. We're going to put that to the test. Greg and I both making phone calls to the Butterball Turkey hotline, laying out scenarios that we're hoping they can help us solve. Kind of interesting. Plus more of Greg's exclusive interview with Matt Arnold and Pat Murphy. The president of baseball operations and the new Brewers manager sit down for an exclusive interview with Greg. You will hear that coming up during the 5 o'clock hour. First, time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Mixed day for stocks. Earnings disappointed, but we're pretty close to even. The S&P 500 was up 5 points. The Dow was down 46. The NASDAQ was up 10 points on the day. It's time for the Annex Wealth Management Tax Smart Planning Review. They'll review, assess, and provide strategies that you can use. Go to annexwealth.com/taxsmart. It's Annex Wealth Management. John Mercure here for Dave Dracamp Heating. Hosting Thanksgiving this year? Boy, you're going to want to make sure your family's home comfort is secure. Are you heading up north for that annual week at Deer Camp? Ensure your heating system is up to the task while you're away and you don't come back to any unpleasant surprises. There's only one call you need to make, one number to post on your refrigerator. It's the company that I've been calling, that I've been working with for, I think it's 13 years. My friends at Dave Dracamp Heating. For over 40 years, Dave Dracamp Heating has been Southeast Wisconsin's trusted, respected, go-to provider for home comfort all year long. Whether you just need routine maintenance to make sure things are safe and reliable, or you know it's time to replace your old system with something more efficient, Dave Dracamp Heating's got you covered. I've said it before, when you're really good at something, you're always in demand, and your schedule fills up fast. If you need to get on top of your home comfort before the snow flies and the sting of deep winter arrives, make sure you call Dave Dracamp today to book your appointment before you're left freezing at home or settling last minute with a company that claims they do it all. It's Dave Dracamp Heating.
Hey, this is Steve Scafidi for Advent. I had some snoring issues that kept my wife up at night. That led to poor sleep and a lot of tired mornings on the radio, and nobody wants that, trust me. But it's simply, my nose wasn't working the way it should. I decided to go to Advent for a quick 30-minute visit, one of their great facilities, talk to a bunch of their doctors. They really put me at ease. After a really simple sleep study at home, in my own bed, they determined the root cause of my problem had to do with my sinuses and nasal passages in my breathing triangle. I didn't even know I had a breathing triangle, so I went to see Advent. After a short procedure done in office, I'm back to breathing well, and my wife and I are both back to sleeping through the whole night. The best sleep we've ever had, that could be you. If you struggle with restless nights like I did, take the time to see how Avid can help. To find out how breathing well and sleeping well can make your life and your nights a whole lot better, go to avidknows.com, schedule an appointment today. Because Avid knows when you breathe well, you live better.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
You wanted them, you got them. Even more Black Friday Now deals at Fleet Farm. Save on delicious Bear Creek soup mixes, 3 for $9. Plus, take 20% off all Lego sets. Spend $100 on Under Armour, get a $30 Fleet Farm gift card free. And stock up on nut and berry bird food, 20 pounds for just $24.99. Shop Black Friday Now at Fleet Farm, home of everything you need for everyday life.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926.
Great value never tasted so good. Sendix frozen cod fillets are just $3.99 per pound this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 4:30. I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley. Your top story, a cross-country arrest.
I'm Jessica Gatso. We're starting to see delays pick up a bit on 94 westbound. Right now, it should take you about 7 minutes to get from downtown to the Zoo interchange. And on 43 southbound, things are about the same, looking at a 9-minute delay to get from Brown Deer to downtown. I'm Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Chance of light showers tonight, mostly cloudy skies and windy with a low of 44. On Friday, chance of early showers, then it'll be sunny and breezy with a high of 48. It is 62 degrees in Milwaukee at 4:30. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, an arrest and a stabbing in Franklin after weeks of searching for a fugitive. Franklin police say they've arrested Christian Correa in Atlanta, Georgia, all the way across the country with help from the U.S. Marshals Task Force there. The manhunt starting with a 911 call for a stabbing on West Scammer Avenue and 31st Street in Franklin. This was happening back on October 27th. When police arrived, Correa fled on foot. He is accused of stabbing his 17-year-old ex-girlfriend when she tried to break up with him. It led to nearly 3 weeks of searching. Correa's cell phone was shut off. Police were unable to provide any updates for days, and they finally arrested him in Atlanta. He's facing a number of charges, including attempted first-degree intentional homicide. The annual Wisconsin gun deer hunt begins Saturday. While hunting remains popular for many Wisconsinites, the annual number of hunting licenses continues to decline. Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Paul Smith.
There's been good efforts there. They just haven't been enough to make up for the loss of the baby boomers who are getting out of hunting.
The 9-day season is expected to draw nearly 500,000 licensed hunters this year. License sales have been declining, though, every year since peaking in 1999. More on this coming up in just a few minutes. You could soon see a missing Madison girl on a gas station video monitor near you. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is working alongside the Madison Police Department in the search for missing 12-year-old Danielle Noble. She disappeared on November 7th from her home. Police believe she may be traveling out of state. Danielle's poster is being displayed on gas pumps throughout multiple states and is being featured on Ring's Neighbors app in designated locations to provide some real-time assistance in finding her. Anyone with any type of information on Danielle's whereabouts is asked to contact the Madison Police. Wisconsin kindergartners have one of the lowest rates of vaccination in the country against measles.
New data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention indicates this is at least partly driven by a rise in exemptions from state vaccine requirements. Last school year, about 86.5% of Wisconsin kindergartners had been fully vaccinated against measles, compared to an estimated 93% across the rest of the country. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports Wisconsin also had among the lowest vaccination rates for other required vaccines, which protect against such diseases as chickenpox, polio, and whooping cough. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A local high school marching band is getting set to head to New York this weekend, scheduled to march in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Can the furthest left row go to the front?
Greendale High School Director of Bands Tom Reifenberg. For these local students, Thanksgiving Day in New York will start very early Thanksgiving morning.
They run all the bands through the actual performance star at anywhere from 2 to 4 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning.
Look for Greendale playing music from The Lion King. Vince Vitrano, WTMJ News.
Greendale is hosting a send-off Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. That's free and open to the public at the high school. I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News time is 4:34.
Still getting more expensive. To share his knowledge on the topic, here is Jeff Salazinski, VP of Insurance Operations at R&R Insurance.
Hi, Vince. Today's commercial insurance market is more complex than ever. If your insurance professional is not offering you insights on the state of today's insurance market and only providing you a quote, you're with the wrong agent. Inflation of everything has rendered many policies inadequate. Lawsuits and jury awards are being settled for higher amounts than ever before, which means your liability and umbrella policies may be inadequate. Have you discussed this with your agent and how these factors have impacted your business insurance?
So, Jeff, what's the solution?
Sharing market insights and their related impact, as well as laying out strategic options for your business, are what R&R Insurance does best. We've been doing this for 48 years. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Our production department really kicked it into gear this season, and we finished before we thought we would. And we'd like to keep our people working until the snow flies, so we're going to offer a discount. Now, a lot of discounts you hear about, they're just off an already inflated rate that ends up right in the same slot as everybody else. In this case, because we're past our break-even point, we can offer a real discount. And here it is. We can afford to take 10% off your roofing project if you call and sign up before the end of the year. If we can't get to it because the weather turns south on us, we'll still hold your price for next year. And this isn't some fugazi discount. It's 10% off what our pricing would normally be. It's for roofs only, and it expires at the end of the year. So take advantage of a nice discount on top quality workmanship from good people who care. We're Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
I was crossing the street when I met the love of my life. I chased after her. Nothing would stand in my way. Not the dog walker, nor the hot dog vendor. Finally reaching her, I asked, "What do you call that amazing smell?"
It's Gain Flings.
Gain Flings. My love had a name, but more importantly, it had a scent.
Fall in love with Gain Flings. Seriously good scent. Gain Flings with 50% more freshness ingredients versus leading bargain detergent.
Here's something you've never heard before.
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Introducing 24/7 Lifeguard Protection, only from Simply Safe Home Security. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced Home Security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
Coming up, what happens when you call the Butterball Turkey Hotline? Yeah, we're about to find out because we're about to place a couple of calls. First, a time-honored tradition returns for another year. WTMJ's Wyatt Barmore-Pooley dives into the state of deer hunting in Wisconsin.
Starting this Saturday, November 18th, thousands of Wisconsinites will don blaze orange for 9 days of hunting. Jeff Pritzel is the expert for all things deer at the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources.
There'll be somewhere in the neighborhood of 550,000 people out participating in the deer hunt. It's quite an event.
Here's the scouting report for this year. Pritzel says we're looking at a similar number of deer compared to last year, but there have been some long-lasting effects of a bitterly cold winter up north.
And that does seem to be suppressing harvest opportunities somewhat.
We're also looking at a distinct lack of snow in the forecast. That's something that could impact visibility for hunters.
I would not be surprised if our harvest totals come in a little lower than they did last year.
But while the stage is set for a productive harvest,
somewhere in the neighborhood of 200,000 deer in a week's time.
The full picture of gun deer hunting in Wisconsin is that of a slow, steady decline.
Everybody my age and younger has grown up essentially with a dying tradition.
Brian Reisinger is a rural columnist for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel and a lifelong hunter.
We're getting fewer and fewer people doing it, but those people who are still doing it are more passionate about it than ever.
And he says that's a shame because it's a huge part of his and many other people's identities.
Hunting is something that my dad and I connected on all throughout my life, and it's something he learned from his dad, and it's something that goes on back to our heritage. It's really tied into who we are. We're farmers. We're a working family. We're proud natives of Wisconsin.
Both Reisinger and Pritzel agree. For over 20 years, they've watched participation levels drop for deer hunting. Reisinger says it's reducing opportunities for rural kids.
When you grow up in a rural area, you have a family that has a long tradition, and it's something that allows you to be part of that tradition, part of who you are, and it's also something that builds your values. So it's just really ingrained in the entire community when you grow up in a rural area.
Reisinger believes hunting is an important way for those kids to build their self-esteem, but he's got a bone to pick with the stigma that hunters face just for participating in their sport.
You know the kids who grew up playing basketball and soccer who, on a daily basis are told that what they're doing is cruel and unnecessary.
Reisinger is working on changing the narrative and putting in a good word for hunters.
People who hunt are some of the most responsible people around gun issues that I've ever seen. People who hunt are some of the most caring stewards of our environment that I've ever seen.
Environmental issues could be facing Wisconsin's deer population as a direct result of the decline in hunters.
We're already seeing that, where in certain parts of Wisconsin, the hunting harvest is not keeping up with the productivity of the deer herd.
State officials do meet roughly every decade to decide how to set policy managing Wisconsin's deer. Pritzel says it's getting about time to take a look at where to go from here.
To sit down and engage with the public and talk about the future of what deer hunting and deer management will look like in Wisconsin.
Hunting's future may be uncertain, but hunting's present is still much the same as it has been in Wisconsin. For Reisinger, a beloved family activity, a tradition passed down through generations, and something he's excited to gear up for and go this weekend.
I know out where I'm from, we've been seeing a ton of deer. We've been seeing some nice buck, and we're really excited, and that's one of the things about deer hunting. You just never know what's going to happen.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
So Wyatt is with us live in the studio. Do you feel like the tradition, and such a rich tradition in Wisconsin, will survive, will move forward, is in a healthy place?
I think the key is the environmental angle. If the deer become unmanageable through the tradition of hunting and the way people are sort of voluntarily signing up and passing on and doing it essentially as a sport, I think if that becomes unmanageable, just speculating here, but we might see some state-led efforts to push people into it to restore that ecological balance between hunters and deer. Because like Jeff Pritzel said, they're already seeing in certain areas of the state where deer are overrunning, and it's causing dangers, including more deer crashes, disease they're worried about as well. There's a certain level the deer population should be at, and if we continue to see a steep decline in hunters, that could cause some real problems down the line.
Yeah, I don't hunt. I think by and large it's how you were raised. I think if you're raised in a hunting family, you're more likely to head to the woods. You're more likely to take time off this time of year and hunt. That was not my family. I respect it. I think it's a cool tradition.
Yeah,
I think it's part of our fabric in Wisconsin.
Last year when I worked weekends, I was on the Fix It Show with David Nason, and he showed up in Blaze Orange and said right after he signed off our airwaves and went right up to hunt with his sons. So it was another family tradition, even for folks who live in the city.
As a journalist, I've been to deer camp a couple of times, including once where we stayed 2 nights, and it's quite an interesting experience. Good stuff. Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, appreciate it. It is 4:42 at WTMJ. Up next, what happens when you call the Butterball Turkey line, right? They have an 800 number. You've probably heard the number before. I think it's 1-800-BUTTERBALL. What happens when you call the line and you say you've got an issue? We did just that. We'll share that with you up next.
This is WTMJ's Sandy Max with a brand new show called What's on Tap.
Weeknights at 6, you're invited to join me to take a deeper dive into culture and creativity here in Wisconsin and around the world. Tap into all kinds of entertainment and recreation with me, from music, theater, film, food, and uniquely Wisconsin traditions and landmarks. So pique your curiosity and join me for What's on Tap. And be sure to catch the podcast on your favorite podcast platform.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik reminding you to have the radon levels in your home checked. November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month, and the leading cause of lung cancer in the United States for non-smokers is radon. It is in your home, and you just don't know how bad it is. We didn't. Lifetime Radon Solutions came out and ran a test at our place, and we realized just then we needed a mitigation system. Lifetime Radon Solutions had the solution for us. They installed it in less than a day. It took just a few hours, and now we're back to neutral readings in our house. And that gives us peace of mind. The basement's a safe place to play for our family, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. If you're not sure about the radon levels in your house, call Lifetime Radon Solutions. They'll come out and do a free test. No strings attached, no obligation. You might need a new system. You might need a system upgrade. You might need your system checked. Lifetime Radon Solutions can help you from start to finish. Visit lifetimeradon.com.
Whatever you do, don't buy an engagement ring or any piece of diamond jewelry until you discover the all-new Diamonds Direct, opening very soon on Mayfair Road in front of Mayfair Mall. This is no ordinary jewelry store. Diamonds Direct is a global diamond powerhouse, started by former diamond wholesalers, a real direct importer bringing real price relief to Milwaukee. No middleman direct importer prices on exquisite diamonds, straight from the diamond cutters. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, more diamond jewelry than you've ever seen in one place at prices you never thought possible. Why pay 20 to 30% more than you need to? Diamonds Direct is here to revolutionize how people here buy diamonds once and for all, with a staggering selection and prices that will blow you away. All this plus a stunning showroom, unbeatable warranties and guarantees, free service for life on any purchase, and a luxurious shopping experience. Diamonds Direct, Milwaukee's direct diamond importer. Opening soon on Mayfair Road in front of Mayfair Mall.
Guthrie and Fry, they protect the water in my house, and we're consuming a lot of water at home these days, and it's never been in better shape. Guthrie and Fry, friendly, convenient, budget-conscious. Since 1974, they've been doing this. Water softeners, iron filters, well pump and service repair, salt delivery. They will take care of you. We have an RO system they just put in. The water is crisp, clean, and clear. It's Guthrie and Fry. Comprehensive, reliable products and services, extensive warranties, and very affordable. Salt delivery, they'll do that for you. Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. The best people, the best products are at Guthrie and Fry. High-caliber professionals, quality products, competitive prices, timely service. You need the water to be where it should be in your house. Get in touch with my friends at Guthrie and Fry. Guthrie and Fry, gfwater.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialists. Retire well with Kowal.
At Kowal Investment Group, we've been helping our clients plan for retirement for over 36 years. We'd like to help you too. Visit thekowalway.com or call 262-522-4040.
Traffic and weather. Deb's off, but Jessica's in. Hey there.
Hi, John. Starting to see more brake lights on 94 westbound going from downtown into the stadium interchange. About a 2-minute delay to get over to the zoo. And on 43 southbound, still looking at about a 10-minute delay from Brown Deer to downtown. Just one incident to look out for right now. There's a crash on 41 894 south, right at 43 south. It looks like that is moved over to the right shoulder. I am Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, chance for light showers, a low of 44. Tomorrow, chance for early showers, a high of 48. Saturday, sunny 51. Sunday, sunny 50. On Monday, mostly cloudy, a high of 50 degrees. So you probably heard the ads, or you've seen it somewhere, right? If you got a problem with your turkey or have a question about your turkey, call 1-800-BUTTERBALL. So we thought, all right, let's do that. Let's try that. It's the Butterball Turkey Talk Line. You've got questions, their experts have answers. That's how they do it. So we decided to come up with some scenarios and see how the experts would handle these scenarios. So I'll go first. I called 1-800-BUTTERBALL And this was the conversation, an actual conversation.
Welcome to the Butterball Turkey Talk Line. How can I help you?
Is this the actual Butterball Turkey Hotline?
Yes, it is.
I have questions, and I'm hoping you can help me as I prepare for Thanksgiving. So
That's what we're here for. How can we help?
My family, well, some in my family, like to cook the turkey in a brown bag. They use a bag method in the oven. Is that a good idea? First off, that's my first question. Is that a good idea?
We don't recommend it, no. There's too many chemicals and things that could be in a brown bag that you don't have sanitary, control over. So we would not recommend that.
So if I have to use the brown bag because some in my family insist on it, what should I do if the bag catches fire in the oven, which has been known to happen?
I don't really know what to tell you because we would never recommend it for a lot of reasons. So, that is one of the reasons that it could actually catch on fire. So, yeah.
Would you recommend a fire extinguisher in the kitchen?
To use a fire extinguisher on the food product, then of course the whole thing would be thrown out, of course.
But it's in a bag. So the bag would maybe
it doesn't
protect
matter.
it?
No, it wouldn't. The bag would be disintegrating. The bag is disintegrating at this point. It's on fire, so there's no more protective barrier to protect your food from whatever is in a fire extinguisher with some kind of a chemical foam or something.
I hear a little bit of a chuckle in your voice. This could be a very serious situation. I mean, it's a turkey.
We don't recommend it. Yeah, we don't recommend that cooking method. That's part of the reason why.
So what method?
And your other questions?
What method do you recommend?
Well, our preferred method is called the open pan method. We've been using it for over 40 years, and it's tried and true, and it's very easy and simple, and all you do is take the bird after it's completely thawed, of course, ahead of time, and put it in a roasting pan, preferably a pan that has a rack in the bottom of it to give some elevation and air circulation underneath the turkey meat itself as it cooks. And we would want you to put it in the oven that's been preheated at 325 degrees. And then, of course, depending on the weight of the product and whether it has stuffing on it, we can tell you how long that would be cooking. Do you know how large of a turkey would be roasting?
Maybe 18 pounds, but I'm wondering, could you put the roasting pan in the brown bag?
No, it wouldn't fit.
Well, what if you had a big brown bag?
No, we don't want a brown bag involved at all. And just by the name of the technique is open pan method. We want the meat to be completely uncovered while it's being roasted.
What if you cut a hole in the top of the brown bag?
You're kind of defeating the whole purpose.
But then it would be open. It would be your method and my method combined.
There you go. You're getting more and more creative, yes.
Yeah, that could be fantastic. What time's dinner at your house?
My house usually about 5:30 or 6. How about you?
Mine's 5:30 or 6 too. What's your address? What time should I be there?
No, we don't do those house calls yet, but you never know what'll happen next year.
All right, I'm going to try to fight through this. Thanks for helping me.
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling us. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. What a nice lady.
A very nice
lady. She was trying very hard to help me.
So the whole inspiration behind this idea we had was, I don't think any of us had ever called the Butterball hotline.
Right.
Now, the first thing I learned, if you try to call the Butterball hotline and dial 1-800-BUTTERBALL, your call will not go through. That's because you will realize that 1-800-BUTTERBALL is far too many numbers than your phone will accept to make a normal call. So you actually have to dial 1-800-BUTTER-B. Forget the ALL. That's the first lesson I learned.
That's true.
So why did they even do this, right? Can't they just find a different word?
Because 1-800-BUTTER-B doesn't have a ring to it.
I get it. They're trying to stay on brand
I
here.
always thought if you dialed all the numbers, it would just accept like 7, and then you're just still pushing in extra numbers, and the call would go through. But you're right. It doesn't work that way.
Well, it didn't in our newsroom.
No, it did not.
So in my frustration in trying to reach the same lady, by the way, on the Butterball hotline, was that I couldn't get through. So this is no joke. You and I did this on separate days. I have no idea who you talked to. I wasn't in the newsroom when you did it. But I'm pretty sure I spoke with the exact same lady. Hi, is this the Butterball Turkey Talk line?
Yes, it is.
What is spatchcocking?
Okay, first of all, is this a media call?
No. Of course not. Well, yes.
Good. A spatchcocking is basically when you're taking the spine out of the turkey and you're flattening it out. You're like splaying it out. It's kind of like butterflying pork chop, if you know what that means. But it's taking the center spine out, that's holding it, and it's allowing you to flatten it all out, kind of pushing down on the rib cage. And so it cooks quicker and has more capabilities because it's flattened to do some different things with marinades and so forth. And so it's a little bit more of a high-end way of preparing it.
And the bird's okay with this?
Obviously, we don't recommend that for the average consumer. It's just we're trying to keep it as simple and easy as possible for everybody.
Well, I'm thinking I could do this with my Sawzall.
Yes, some people do that as well. Yes, very much so.
Well, that was meant to be a joke, but okay. Spatchcocking. Now that I know what spatchcocking is and I have the required tools to do it, can you share with me some of the weirdest stories and calls you've received over the years?
Can you thaw a frozen turkey with an electric hairdryer? Husband put it out in the snowbank after coming home from the bowling tournament where he got the turkey for free and now nobody can find it. Yeah, I have no idea. Send the dog out, I think.
I wonder how he did in the tournament.
Yeah, I don't know. He had a few too many, maybe, and yeah, I bet the dog would find it though. That's what I would do. Send the dog out for that one.
Would you not recommend eating a turkey that has been deflamed by a fire extinguisher?
No, we would never suggest that as well. Are you calling from Milwaukee?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I went to school up there. Went to Mount Mary actually, and also on NPR they had a great little insert yesterday leading up to the holidays all about the famous Wisconsin Old Fashioned, which is the only place in the world where they make it with the brandy. So that was a nice plug for you Wisconsin people yesterday on NPR.
All right, that's it. You're coming to our Thanksgiving. I'll bring the bird. I'll spatchcock it. You bring the Old Fashions. We'll have a really nice time. You'll love our family.
Wow. Well, thank you. It was a pleasure speaking with you today. Take care. Have a great holiday season.
You too. Happy spatchcocking.
That was the same lady.
Same lady. Exact same lady.
I'm still not sure I understand, though, what cockspatching is.
I think it's the other way. Spatchcocking.
It's not cockspatching?
In your house, it could be whatever you want to call it.
That's a different holiday, I think.
Much different holiday. That's more for Arbor Day, John.
I was thinking Valentine's Day.
Perhaps.
That is funny that, there's multiple people, I think, at the 800 number, and we got the same woman.
Yes, I mean, I could hear people in the back talking about basting and whatnot, right? So I know there's people there. It's like a call center.
What a nice lady.
This lady was very pleasant. But I made the call after you. I think that's why she asked, is this a media call?
Is this from Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Again?
She got me.
Oh, that was good. 1-800-BUTTER-B. That's what you call.
Butterball won't work.
456 at WTMJ. Couple of words for Sit Mean Sit Dog training. They're the best at Sit Mean Sit Dog training. That lady talked about sending the dog out to find the turkey in the snowbank. Sit Mean Sit will help you do that. They'll train your dog to do anything. Anything at all. You can have a happy, confident, obedient dog at Sit Mean Sit. My dogs aren't as barky or as jumpy. They come when they're supposed to. It's Sit Mean Sit Dog training. Do what we did. Start with a free consultation. It's a piece of cake. They're going to give you the tools and techniques to make it all better because they've got the best trainers at Sit Mean Sit Dog training. Check them out at sitmeansitwaukesha.com.
Hi, John McGivern here. Did you know Network Health Medicare Advantage plans start at $0 a month? And you can get the extra benefits you need, like dental, vision, over-the-counter items, and more? I know because I'm a member myself. Call 833-7-NETWORK to learn more today. Network Health Medicare Advantage plans include PPO plans with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Network Health Medicare Advantage plans depends on contract renewal.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
A major tenant at the Milwaukee County Research Park in Wauwatosa plans to relocate. GE Healthcare transitions 1,000 jobs to its massive Waukesha campus in stages by 2026. With CEO Frank Kretschy retiring from automotive supplier Stratec, the outlook for the company's Glendale plant gets scrutiny. He says he can't predict the future. An investor says it stays open for now. Flying from the Fox Valley to the New York City area gets cheaper next spring. Allegiant Travel offers fares as low as $59 to go from Appleton to Newark, New Jersey. I'm Rich Kirchin with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Searching for the perfect holiday gift? Look no further than Fox World Travel and give the gift of travel this holiday season. We're proud to partner with the world's finest travel companies, including Apple Vacations, Globus, Avalon Waterways, Holland America, Princess, Royal Caribbean, Delta Vacations, Disney, and more. From ocean cruises to river cruises and guided tours to beach getaways, your dream vacation starts with Fox World Travel. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Happy holidays from Fox World Travel, where dream vacations begin.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guests, Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment and Siding Unlimited. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. At 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
You wanted them, you got them. Even more Black Friday Now deals at Fleet Farm. Save on delicious Bear Creek soup mixes, 3 for $9. Plus, take 20% off all Lego sets. Spend $100 on Under Armour, get a $30 Fleet Farm gift card free. And stock up on nut and berry bird food, 20 pounds for just $24.99. Shop Black Friday now at Fleet Farm, home of everything you need for everyday life.
Treat your valuable employees to a company holiday party at the historic Fox & Hounds restaurant. When you buy one dinner, you get one free, so half your employees' dinners are free, saving your company hundreds of dollars. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. That's foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
If you like using debit over credit, don't you think it's time you also get rewarded with Discover Cash Back Debit? Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
Your hometown hub for everything that matters. The latest news, traffic, weather, and sports on Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm John Mercure. This is Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Your top story, chasing a fugitive from the Midwest to the South.
I'm Greg Matzig. Oh, dear. Hunting numbers are down.
I'm Jessica Gatso. Seeing more slowdowns now, looking at 94 eastbound from Highway 16 to the zoo. That's a 3-minute delay, and a 2-minute delay both east and westbound between the zoo interchange and downtown. Looking at 41 southbound from Highway Q to the zoo. That's about a 3-minute delay. And seeing the worst slowdowns on 43. Looks like northbound from downtown to Brown Deer is a couple-minute delay, but southbound from Brown Deer to downtown, that's about a 12-minute delay. And just one crash to look out for on 41 894 South at 43 South. It's pulled over to the right shoulder. I'm Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, cloudy and windy, a low of 42. Tomorrow, decreasing clouds, a high of 48. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, an arrest and a stabbing in Franklin after weeks of searching for a fugitive.
Franklin police say they have arrested Christian Correa in Atlanta, Georgia, with help from the U.S. Marshals Task Force. The manhunt starting with a 911 call for a stabbing on West Scamra Avenue in Franklin, this back on October 27th. When police arrived, Correa fled on foot. That led to nearly 3 weeks of searching, with Correa's cell phone shut off and police unable to provide updates for days. Correa had been recently released from the Waupun Correctional Institute. He has a history of resisting arrest as well as known mental health issues. Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Calls for the expulsion of New York Republican Congressman George Santos are growing after the release of a scathing House Ethics Committee report. into his alleged misconduct.
George Santos already stands accused by federal prosecutors of 23 counts, ranging from fraud to identity theft.
But we found some additional misconduct that they might want to use to add additional counts.
Maryland Democrat Glenn Ivey sits on the House Ethics Committee.
I thought it was just so extensive, so brazen, and so bold that we really had to take action and do it quickly.
The report, which Santos has called biased, alleges he used campaign funds to pay for personal expenses, including his rent, shopping sprees, weekend getaways, Botox treatments, and even charges on the adult website OnlyFans. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
The annual Wisconsin gun deer hunt begins Saturday, and while hunting remains popular for many Wisconsinites, the annual number of hunting licenses continues to decline. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Paul Smith.
There's been good efforts there. They just haven't been enough to make up for the loss of the baby boomers who are getting out of hunting.
The 9-day season is expected to draw 550,000 licensed hunters this year. License sales have been declining every year since peaking in 1999.
Well, little free libraries in the village of Germantown are being filled with very specific books. Sandy Paya owns one of the two little free libraries in the village. She tells TMJ4 News why she's chosen to fill hers with several books recently banned from the neighboring Menominee Falls School District.
Books, you're taking away not only affirmation for those that belong to the various communities, but you're taking away understanding from those that don't, and being able to empathize and understand what those individuals are going through.
The American Library Association says in Wisconsin there have been 14 attempts to restrict access to books in the state this year, and 49 different titles have been challenged.
Greendale High School will be one of only 12 marching bands appearing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City a week from today. Director Tom Reifenberg says the nearly 200-member band will march to Hooked on a Feeling and perform on the Macy's Star to music from The Lion King.
Trying to appeal to a really wide range of audience members, and that in the televised part, 45 million people around the world that are watching this event.
Greendale High School is hosting a public send-off for the band with a full performance. Free and open to the public. It's at 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. The parade airs Thanksgiving morning on TMJ4 at 8:30.
Packers cornerback Jair Alexander returns to practice after missing all of last week. Packers take on the Chargers Sunday at Lambeau. It's the Ravens and Bengals tonight from Baltimore. And Major League Baseball owners unanimously vote to allow the Oakland A's an opportunity to move to Las Vegas.
Citing unlimited WTMJ News Time, 5:05.
It's time for Extra Points, a sports commentary on Wisconsin's afternoon news. Here's Greg Matzik.
Carissa Thompson is a veteran sideline reporter and host. From NCAA football to the NFL, Thompson has been a fixture of your Saturday and Sunday football viewing for nearly 20 years. Today, Thompson is being deservedly chastised. In a recent interview on the Pardon My Take podcast, Thompson revealed that, on occasion, she would blatantly lie about what coaches were saying during her sideline reports. Instead of, actually doing her job and connecting with the coaches at the half and speaking the truth, Thompson mailed it in, making up broad-based comments on occasion. Even if it's once, it's too many. In one fell swoop, Thompson slapped every sideline reporter, past and present, right in the face. The ethics of the profession, already maligned, are forever in question, as is Thompson's next report. And the one after that, and the one after that. Fake it until you make it, right, Carissa? Somehow, that's worked for you.
Extra Points, sponsored by All Right Home and Remodeling. When you want it done right, call All Right.
I'm Randy from All Right Home and Remodeling. Did you know that ROI and exterior home improvements are some of the highest? Some sources say new vinyl siding nets 76% ROI and stone veneer is over 100%. Chances are you've seen your property value increase pretty significantly in the past few years. Want to increase it even more and improve curb appeal? Beautify your home's exterior. There's some great tax breaks to take advantage of too. Call us today to set up a free consultation or visit ALLRITE-remodeling.com.
This report is sponsored by Wisconsin Kitchen Mart. Higher design, higher style, higher Wisconsin Kitchen Mart.
In the past 70 years, there's something that has never changed. The kitchen. Oh, it may look a little different as the decades have passed, but it's always been where family gathers for meals, memories, and more. Wisconsin Kitchen Mart has always understood that and remains dedicated to making that important space special.
with an expansive 18,000 square foot showroom filled with full-size displays featuring Play-Doh custom cabinetry, award-winning designers, plus their own in-house installation department. Let Wisconsin Kitchen Mart transform your kitchen into a true gathering place.
I'm Robert Iskey, Vice President and Designer from Wisconsin Kitchen Mart. We've been remodeling kitchens and baths since 1951 and can help establish a vision for your remodel. We bring the carpenters, plumbers, electricians, and everyone else needed to make your dream kitchen a reality.
Higher design, higher style, higher Wisconsin Kitchen Mart on the corner of West Wisconsin Avenue and 36th Street in Milwaukee. Online at wisconsinkitchenmart.com.
Get ready, Wisconsin. It's Medicare annual enrollment period, so why not make enrolling easier with United Healthcare? Whether you choose our online tools or over-the-phone support, United Healthcare will help you compare options so you can choose a plan with confidence. This is Medicare made for Wisconsin. Trusted everywhere. Explore our wide range of plans by calling United Healthcare today at 1-855-MEET-UHC. That's 1-855-MEET-UHC. Annual enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th, so call today.
Commercial and personal insurance continues to get more expensive. Here's Jeff Salazinski, VP of Insurance Operations at R&R Insurance.
Hi, Vince. Today's commercial and personal insurance markets are as complex as ever. There are two huge factors locally impacting business insurance and home and auto insurance. Multiple years of destructive weather events have destroyed insurance company capital, requiring them to aggressively raise rates. Local insurance agencies and brokers are selling their businesses to private equity or the large publicly traded brokers. Client relationships and service models are changing, and not for the better. These factors are critical to the success of your business.
So, Jeff, what's the solution?
Sharing market insights, the stability of 48 years of local ownership, and laying out strategic options for your business or personal insurance is what R&R Insurance does best. At R&R Insurance, we know business and personal insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Small business owners can make a little of anything go a long way.
It's true. My bakery is made up of a little sugar, spice, and edible glitter.
Well, that's why U.S. Cellular is offering small businesses lines for as little as $19.99, plus $300 off any phone.
That's great. A little does go a long way. Unless we're talking sprinkles, everyone always needs more sprinkles.
Oh, of course. Get lines for $19.99 plus $300 off any phone today. U.S. Cellular, built for business, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John McCure.
All right, hope your Thursday's going fantastic. Big day out at American Family Field today. The Brewers introducing to the media their new manager, Pat Murphy, and Matt Arnold was also there. And Greg, you had a cool opportunity to sit down one-on-one exclusively with both men.
Yeah, so this is after everything boiled down and everybody finished their talking on the stage in the interview room. Ricky Weeks was part of that as well.
Let's go.
He's excited to be alongside Pat Murphy occasionally or throughout the season as the associate manager. But I wanted from Matt Arnold's perspective and Pat's perspective, how the last week has shaped up. Arnold and Murphy go back to about 2016. They came into the organization at a very similar time, so they've known each other for a number of years. And, of course, I think the underlying thought for many Brewers fans is that now that Craig Counsell's gone, well, it's going to be a fire sale. People are going to be traded off. Corbin Burns will be out the door. I'm not so sure about that yet. It could happen eventually. I don't know if it'll happen in the offseason or maybe at the trade deadline. Time will tell on that, but it's something I wanted to talk to Matt Arnold about, roster construction. You're in the throes of roster construction, making trades, trying to maneuver some pieces, Matt. How does Brandon Woodruff's injury alter your calculus for approaching the offseason with some more established veterans?
Yeah, look, I mean, we had, frankly, very little of Brandon Woodruff last year, and so that's something that is on our mind. But the reality is we didn't have a lot of him last year to help us. When he was around, he was excellent, but we know how good he can be. But when it comes to the team as a whole, sure. And anytime you don't have somebody like Brandon Woodruff, there's no question it impacts how you build a team. And we're just going to have to find a way to fill those innings. And we're working hard at that right now. We're continuing to evaluate our team every day. And so we still have a lot of work to do, but we have a long off season, and it goes into the season. We've made trades early in the season to continue to help our team. We want to be aggressive to help the team and give Pat and the coaches the best players we can to win games.
In Milwaukee, how do you thread the needle of, maximizing the talent that you have while also understanding that not all the talent you have will be there long term and might be approaching a deadline or a contract year?
Yeah, I think it starts all the way down into international and scouting and player development and making sure you have a really good pipeline. Our foundation here, we have a lot of good scouts and a lot of good coaches, not just here at the major league level, but in the minor leagues as well. And you have to have a good pipeline in the smallest market in the big leagues to have success. And fortunately, we're in a good spot because we've had a very good major league team. And we also have a pretty strong system, and I think that speaks to the health of the franchise as a whole.
Ricky Weeks also part of the equation. It's great to see him, first of all. I'll be candid. Just covering Ricky the way I did, I would not have picked him out of the group to be an associate manager in the big leagues. But he has certainly been around much more in the last couple of years, and I've not spoken with him much. So what is it about Ricky? I bring up his name pad, and you start smiling.
Yeah, no, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't see that, but
I didn't.
You're on my side of it, and you're looking at it, you're getting to know him or whatever. No question. It's a slam dunk. It's a coup. You talk about signing players, and he has to thread the needle. That's very accurate. What these guys are doing, constructing that year in and year out. We got a brand new roster every year. You know what I mean? Like, pretty much, compared to the other teams, And for them to do that is pretty special. But this hire, man, we killed it. We killed it. This guy's impactful. He's impactful.
How is he most impactful? I'll ask you that as well, Matt.
Yeah, in the time that I've been around him, I think he walks in the room and has instant credibility, just because of the back of his baseball card. But then you start talking to this guy, and he's really curious, and he really asks a lot of great questions. And he has unbelievable leadership skills, the major league manager, and still connect with the guys in the dugout across all kinds of different spectrums. And I think it's just a wonderful characteristic of Ricky Weeks.
We're going to have more on this interview coming up, John. We've got the full interview. We'll get that podcasted and pushed out through WTMJ.com and our WTMJ mobile app. But I also wanted to get into Pat Murphy, the Irishman.
Yeah.
We set an over-under for how many times he'll be ejected. We'll have that coming up at about 5:45 tonight.
It's 5:15 at WTMJ.
WTMJ Now with Steve Scafidi.
If you go out to the polling place every election and just vote by party, I apologize for hurting your feelings, but that's lazy.
Get the latest news. Hear the opinions.
I'm not a big fuel guy. Anything that lowers my cost at the pump, I'm a fan of.
All in Wisconsin.
If you're a season ticket holder and you are not going to the games, after some amount of time, you're not going to be a season ticket holder anymore unless you start going to the games.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on WTMJ.
Siding Unlimited truly is siding and a whole lot more. Time to take inventory around the house. What needs fixing? What needs updating and upgrading? If it's windows, it's Siding Unlimited. If it's a new door or roofing, it's Siding Unlimited. How about new siding? Siding Unlimited. A new outdoor patio? Maybe a pool? That's right, they're doing that too. Siding Unlimited, all there under one roof. In Brookfield, this family-owned company continues to knock it out of the park project after project. Talk to friends. Ask them who did their work. If it's not Siding Unlimited, well, they may have done it wrong. Those who counted on Siding Unlimited surely have nothing but great things to say. Siding Unlimited, they stand by the work. Something doesn't go right, they'll fix it. The after-sales support really sets them apart, as does the installation. They are the best in the business. SidingUnlimited.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 6 to 8 pack selected varieties cooked products or AHA sparkling water 4 for $17. 12 rolls selected varieties Scott bath tissue $10.99. 48-ounce selected varieties Kemp's ice cream $3.99. 1%, 2% or skim gallon selected varieties Prairie Farms milk $3.99.
Look at those brats. You do tailgating right. Absolutely. Did you see the spread out there? You've got enough food to feed the entire lot.
I'm splurging now and then hoping to win $700 in free groceries.
$700?
Yeah, it's all part of the 70th anniversary at Century Foods.
No kidding. Next week, I'll do the shopping. Maybe I'll score $700 in groceries.
All you need is the weekly code. It's on Century's Facebook or Instagram.
Oh, I just remembered. I'll be out of town next week.
Yeah, right, cheapskate.
Ends January 3rd.
Traffic is sponsored by the Heiser Automotive Group. Come in and make that deal. Visit Heiser Automotive Group with 4 convenient locations or online at heiser.com. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Lincoln, and Cadillac. Today's your day.
Traffic and weather begins with Jessica. Hey there.
Hi, John. Still seeing brake lights on 94. Looking at eastbound from Highway 16 to the Zoo, that's a 2-minute delay. And looking at this between the Zoo interchange and downtown, both east and westbound, is a 2-minute delay. Looking at 41 southbound from the Highway Q to the Zoo, that's a 3-minute delay. And again, the worst delays on 43. Northbound from downtown to Brown Deer Road, that's 3 minutes. But Brown Deer to downtown going southbound, that's about a 12-minute delay. I'm Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, chance for light showers, mostly cloudy, a low of 44. Tomorrow, chance for rain, a high of 48. On Saturday, mostly sunny, a high of 51. Sunday, mostly sunny, a high of 50. And on Monday, mostly cloudy, a high of 50 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 62. Charles Benson, anchor and chief political reporter at TMJ4 News, is with us on the hotline. Charles, thank you so much for being here.
Always good to be with you, John.
So the Iowa caucuses are 2 months away. There's new polling out that shows that Nikki Haley is picking up momentum, but Donald Trump is still in the lead. When you think about the fact that Iowa is 2 months away, what are the things that you're sorting through?
So that's interesting because, yes, 2 months from today, we will know who will win Iowa. And that's always sort of the starting point. But will it be the beginning of the coronation, for a lack of a better term, for the former president, Donald Trump, who still holds on to a 30-plus point lead in Iowa as we sit here 60 days away from the all-important Iowa caucus? But when you look at what's trending, Trump has remained around 47% of the vote since June of this year. DeSantis, who continues to run second, but DeSantis has gone from 25% in June down to 17%. And you mentioned Nikki Haley, who is in third. She's gone from about 5% up to 14%. So she's someone who's going into the Iowa caucus with momentum, with still 60 days to go. And the key here, John, is not so much who came in first, but the expectation game is who was second, who was third, who's gaining momentum. So while that will likely be a big win for Donald Trump come January 15th, a lot of people will be looking to say, but can Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis make any inroads here? And all the polling shows that nothing is changing what seems to be the eventual outcome here, that Donald Trump will be the eventual nominee for the Republican Party. We also saw this week Tim Scott, the South Carolina senator, he's dropped out of the race. Mike Pence has dropped out of the race. So the field is narrowing, and that could potentially, change the results. But Iowa has an enormous amount of influence, but it's not necessarily they don't necessarily always pick the person who will end up with the nominee.
Hey, Charles, is it the narrowing of the field and what Nikki Haley has had to say that's sort of the combo platter of her numbers rising?
I think so. I think when people now are saying, if not Trump, who? And people got a really good look at DeSantis early on, and Nikki was kind of always in the background there saying, who is she? She's done well in her debate performances, so she has started to gain some traction. What was interesting, especially in the Marquette poll last week, she was the one who hands down beats President Biden in a head-to-head. It's hypothetical. It's, here's what people would say right now. But it wasn't even close. She was up 9 points in Wisconsin. 9 points in Wisconsin? Who wins Wisconsin by 9 points? I mean, Barack Obama did back in 08 and 12. But those are pretty phenomenal numbers. So I don't know if she's turning more heads with people saying, wow, what's going on there? And will that ultimately change the dynamics? But you can't ignore how big of a lead the former president has right now in the presidential primary for Republicans.
So, Charles, let's move to New Hampshire, because New Hampshire's a week later, and you made a very good point. The person who wins Iowa doesn't always win. And in New Hampshire, it's more interesting. Donald Trump has 42% of the votes in a poll that came out just today, far short of a majority of voters. So he has 42. Haley is surging. She's at 20. Christie's at 14. So Trump at 42. If Christie were to get out of the race, or DeSantis gets out, who's at 10, and those votes go to Haley, it's a ball game. I mean, this could be tight in New Hampshire.
Yeah, and you talk about who gets out. DeSantis, I don't see that happening. Christie is the one people will he feel some more of that pressure? I think Christie has put more eggs into New Hampshire, thinking, does that get him maybe in a second or third position to try to survive past New Hampshire, since he's not really polling very well in Iowa. So you're right. But I think more eyeballs are getting on Nikki Haley. And with 60 days to go, and then it starts the momentum there, does she continue to build on momentum? And what will that now look like if it looks more like a Trump versus Haley, and DeSantis is just kind of hanging in there? There's still a lot of time, guys. 60 days may not seem like forever, but in politics, a lot can happen.
I want to ask you, Charles, about this third-party movement that folks are talking about, the no labels presidential effort, and there are congressmen out now who are saying this would be a really, really bad idea. Tell us about no labels, and tell us what the developments are and what we're hearing from other congressmen.
So no labels has been around, since about 2010. They've always looked for starting a third party. Name no labels, meaning you're not the Republican, you're not the Democrat. You obviously come in with more of a what they say is a common sense approach to politics, and not a partisan approach to politics. But it is interesting, John. 100 years ago, one of the most notable and impactful politicians in Wisconsin history ran as a Progressive Party candidate. We know him today as Fighting Bob LaFollette. And he was a guy who generated a lot of interest, not only in Wisconsin politics. He was elected as a senator in the U.S. Senate, but he became a progressive candidate. And in the 1920s, Progressive Party candidates were becoming more of a thing, an alternative to Republicans or Democrats. But as gifted as he was, he only generated 16% of the vote. So no labels here thinks that they could come in and potentially shake up the race. But what's interesting is that they're looking at it from a different perspective. They're looking to see if people are really wanting a third candidate, a third party. Obviously, RFK Jr. is running now as an independent, and there will be third-party candidates. But will there really be a solid, different third party that brings people together? So you heard from Reed Ribble, a former Republican congressman out of Green Bay, and Ron Kine, a former Democrat out of the La Crosse area, and they're saying, hold on here, wait. This is not the time to do this, because they see the impact on a third-party candidate actually helping the former president and hurting the current president. And you might be saying, well, why would Reed Ribble, a Republican, be worried about that? He's not a Trump fan, so he does not see this as the time to have a third party in this 2024 election. And by the way, No Labels hasn't decided whether or not they will field a group. They're looking at it right now. And Joe Manchin, the guy who's not going to seek re-election in West Virginia, is one of their prime candidates that they think who could fit this role.
TMJ4 Chief Political Reporter Charles Benson. Always good to have you on, Charles. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It is 5:26 at WTMJ. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The S&P 500 closed up 5 points. The Dow was down 46. The NASDAQ closed the day up 10 points. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
We asked people why they sold their homes to Grandview Homes instead of using a real estate agent.
We looked at a few businesses that purchase homes, and Grandview seemed to be the one that had it together. Not only did we receive a fair offer, but we were able to take as much time as we needed and could leave the house a mess.
Whether you have a hard-to-sell home, want a stress-free sale, or simply need to sell your home fast, Grandview Homes is the name you know and the name you can trust. Visit GrandviewHomes.com to discover the easiest and fastest way to sell a home.
Hey, John Mercure here for Griffin Chevrolet in Milwaukee, just off the interstate, the Metro Auto Mall there. I was just out at Griffin Chevrolet because I get my service done there. They've got a great service special going on right now, the Thanksgiving special offer. Griffin will inspect and rotate your tires, check your battery, a complete multi-point inspection, check your heat, change your wiper blades, and air filter for $179.95. It is Griffin Chevrolet in Milwaukee. Shopping for a vehicle? They've got new and used vehicles on the lot big time. Over 50 new vehicles in stock right now, ready to preview or in transit on the way to the dealership. They're filling up the lot. Get the newest selection today. Great selection and deals on new and pre-owned pickup trucks, full-size SUVs, and budget vehicles, low-mile GM-certified models starting at $7,400. It is Griffin Chevrolet. Home to your 2023 Silverado destination. Get up to $2,000 cash back in dealer discounts. They've also got the 2024 Chevrolet Corvette E-Ray, the Chevy Blazer, and the Equinox EV. It's Griffin Chevrolet. Stop into Griffin Chevrolet today.
Hun, we need to stop putting off getting life insurance.
I know. It's just been so busy, and I'm sure the cost is out of our budget.
Well, Jen told me that they got a $500,000 term life insurance policy from Ethos for less than $23 a month. All online with no complicated forms and no medical exam. All they had to do was answer a few health questions.
Wait, no medical exam and all online?
I know, right? It's not easy to think about, but if something happened to you, James and I would be...
Okay, I get it. Let's get a quote from Ethos right now. Wow, you were right. There's no medical exam. And Ethos makes the whole online process fast and easy. And look at these rates and coverage options. It's great protection and totally fits our budget.
Ethos. They've removed all the barriers from getting coverage. Go to checkethos.com to get your free online quote. That's checkethos.com. Quote based on a healthy, non-smoking 30-year-old male with a 20-year term policy. Rates may vary.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Big trucks can cause big damage. Injuries can be severe and may require a lifetime of care and compensation. Call Gruber Law Offices today. We can help you from the safety and comfort of your own home. Our virtual sign-up process is quick and easy. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Traffic is sponsored by Built Right Furniture, Leather and Mattresses.
For affordable, better quality furniture and mattresses, you've got to get to Built Right today. Built Right Furniture saves you money. 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 5:30. I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley. Your top story after 3 weeks on the run, an arrest.
I'm Jessica Gatso. There's a crash causing some delays on 94 East over in Waukesha County. That's on 94 East at County F. Be prepared for delays there. And looking at 94 back in Milwaukee, eastbound from the zoo to downtown, that's about a 2-minute delay. Also 2-minute delay going westbound. And looking from the zoo interchange to Highway 16, that's about a 3-minute delay going westbound. And 41 from Highway Q to the zoo, that's about a 5-minute delay. And over on 43, northbound from downtown to Brown Deer Road, that's a 3-minute delay. And southbound from Brown Deer to downtown, that will take you an extra 12 minutes. I'm Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight's going to be mostly cloudy and windy. Chance of some light showers late, a low of 42. On Friday, decreasing clouds. It'll be breezy and cooler, a high of 48. It is 61 degrees in Milwaukee at 5:31. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, an arrest made in a stabbing in Franklin after weeks of searching for a fugitive. Christian Correa arrested in Atlanta, Georgia, with help from the U.S. Marshals Task Force. That's according to the Franklin Police Department. That manhunt started with a 911 call for a stabbing on West Scammer Avenue and 31st in Franklin back on October 27th. When police arrived, Correa fled on foot. He had allegedly stabbed his 17-year-old ex-girlfriend 14 times. She was severely injured and taken to the hospital. That led to nearly 3 weeks of searching. Correa's cell phone was shut off. Police were unable to provide updates for days into weeks. Correa was recently released from prison on October 7th. He's got a history of resisting arrest as well as known mental health issues, and he is now facing a charge of first-degree attempted intentional homicide. The man who broke into former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's San Francisco home last year and attacked her husband has been convicted by a federal jury.
The jury returning a verdict of guilty against David DePape for assault on an immediate family member of a federal official and attempted kidnapping. At the trial, DePape testified that he broke into the Pelosi home because after consuming right-wing podcasts and YouTube videos, he thought she and the media were lying and he wanted to interrogate her. U.S. Attorney Ismail Ramsey reacting to the verdict.
What you cannot do is physically attack a member of Congress or their immediate family for their performance in their job.
When he's sentenced, DePape could get 50 years in prison. He's also facing separate state charges. Alex Stone, ABC News.
The annual Wisconsin gun deer season beginning this Saturday. While hunting remains popular for many Wisconsinites, the annual number of licenses given out continues to decline. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Paul Smith on WTMJ.
There's been good efforts there. They just haven't been enough to make up for the loss of the baby boomers who are getting out of hunting.
The 9-day season expected to draw 550,000 licensed hunters this year. License sales have been declining every year since peaking back in 1999. Wisconsin kindergartners have one of the lowest vaccine rates in the country against measles.
New data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention indicates this is at least partly driven by a rise in exemptions from state vaccine requirements. Last school year, about 86.5% of Wisconsin kindergartners have been fully vaccinated against measles, compared to an estimated 93% across the rest of the country. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports Wisconsin also had among the lowest vaccination rates for other required vaccines, which protect against such diseases as chickenpox, polio, and whooping cough. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
And a local high school marching band is getting set to head to New York this weekend, scheduled to march in the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Can the furthest left row go to the front?
Greendale High School Director of Bands Tom Reifenberg. For these local students, Thanksgiving Day in New York will start very early Thanksgiving morning.
They run all the bands through the actual performance star at anywhere from 2 to 4 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning.
Look for Greendale playing music from The Lion King. Vince Vitrano, WTMJ News.
And I'm Wyatt Barmar-Pooley. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News time is 5:34.
And we're sponsored by Holiday Automotive at Highway 23 in Fond du Lac. Holiday Automotive, it's worth the trip.
Greg Mansick here for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac, where the Season of Inspiration sales event is on. Perfect timing to experience a new Mazda with standard iActive all-wheel drive and get more Mazda for your money and more for your trade. This month, well-qualified buyers can score enticing offers like finance rates as low as 0.9% APR on Mazda favorites, including the raved-about 3-row Mazda CX-90 and the new 2024 Mazda CX-5 Turbo models. Connect with Holiday and enjoy their simplified buying approach and caring culture. It's the stuff that wins with their guests and makes fans of drivers from all over. I'm one of those many fans, and so is this guy.
This is Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen, and I drive Holiday. What I've experienced from this team is honest and genuine care. You can count on it.
Ditto to that. You'll be in great hands with Team Holiday on your side. Add a little joy to how you holiday this season. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac and at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
You wanted them, you got them. Even more Black Friday Now deals at Fleet Farm. Save on delicious Bear Creek soup mixes, 3 for $9. Plus, take 20% off all Lego sets. Spend $100 on Under Armour, get a $30 Fleet Farm gift card free. And stock up on nut and berry bird food, 20 pounds for just $24.99. Shop Black Friday now at Fleet Farm, home of everything you need for everyday life.
I flew home to visit my family in Milwaukee and got all choked up in the rental car. My son's voices were on WTMJ talking about their company, Johnson & Sons Paving. There was never a doubt in my mind when I helped them write their business plan years ago. I was confident as people got to know my sons, Johnson & Sons Paving would become a huge success. Give my sons a call when you need some asphalt, concrete, seal coating, or striping done. Johnson & Sons Paving,
When you see our selection of gently worn brand name girls and women's clothing, you'll love what you find, and you'll love the prices. So low that you won't believe your eyes. At St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, you'll find something cute, maybe a whole new outfit, for so much less. Gently worn brand name clothing at far below retail. You're gonna love it. On Highway 100 at Layton and Greenfield, and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Old National Bank.
I just got your home equity loan, and this feeling of joy and exhilaration overcame me.
Yeah, it's a phenomenon we call getting old.
Wow, so I'm not the only one?
No, small business owners feel it with expansion loans. Families feel it when they're setting up trusts and 529s. Nonprofits who need financing to help the community. And anyone who needs investment advice, they all feel it.
So it's not just me?
No, you're in a pretty big club.
Like a club I can join?
I really don't.
Is there at least a secret handshake?
Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Old National. Get old. Member FDIC.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
Yeah, meteorologist Brian Niznansky is out and about. Where are you, Niz?
We're in Tosa this evening with the Storm Chaser, right in the village, downtown there in Tosa. They have what's called the Sip and Stroll tonight from 5 to 8 p.m. It's hopping down here, man. A lot of people walking around. They got different samples, different specials going on at some of the retail stores. And yeah, perfect evening to enjoy the final few hours of 60s.
That sounds really nice. We should have told you right off the top, happy National Thaw Day.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you know what that is? National Thaw Day?
No.
It's the day that they recommend if you have a frozen turkey, you get it out and put it in the fridge, and you'll be guaranteed that it will thaw completely in a healthy way before Thanksgiving.
Okay. So not like just putting out on your back patio or just
Yeah, that seems like a long time, doesn't it? That 9 days seems like a really long time to thaw a turkey.
It sure does.
Well, it's not
That's
9
crazy.
days. I mean 7 days, sorry.
I'm not familiar with the protocol on that one, and I do like cooking and grilling up some meats, but usually the turkey I'm hands off until cutting time.
Niz, you ever spatchcock a turkey?
Whoa! Hey.
Wait, wait a second. This is a family show.
Yeah, exactly.
So no, then?
No, I have not.
Yeah, you cut it down the middle and you flatten it out on your grill. It reduces the cooking time, but it's called spatchcocking.
I like it.
Yeah, careful how you say that.
Yeah.
I would say that what makes that tricky is probably still a slow, low burner on the grill. You don't want to be cooking and charring the turkey. You
got that right.
Yeah, I'm
low and slow.
Yeah, I'm not cock spatching anything.
Yeah.
This is the time of year too that's perfect for just putting your beers out on the back porch deck too, but not recently. I mean, 60s again today. 67 for the high today.
Yeah, if you want a warm Guinness, today's the day to do it.
No kidding.
Yeah, exactly. We got more typical fall weather on the way, so enjoy this while we have it.
So we called the Butterball hotline today. It's really a thing. If you call 1-800-BUTTERBALL, you can really talk to a nice lady on the phone, and we ran through a couple scenarios, like what if I pull the turkey out and it's on fire? It was very pleasant, Niz. There's a real woman sitting by taking phone calls.
Okay, so it's not AI. It's not someone in Bangladesh.
No,
not at all.
It's legit. I don't know where she is. That's a very good question.
Well, and she knew I was from Milwaukee. The 414 must have popped up on her phone.
Because she was from Milwaukee, so she recognized the 414
It
probably.
must have been it. She asked me during the whole process of spatchcock talk if I was from Milwaukee.
That's fantastic. You guys talked about the weather and everything.
Old fashions and everything. It was great.
Yeah, she was pretty jazzed. So what are we looking at tonight in the next few days?
Yeah, tonight, again, we got a few more hours of the warm weather to go. Well, actually, at least through midnight. I think temperatures are going to hover around 60 degrees. Still breezy. The winds are, again, about 25 miles per hour at times, gusting up to 25 miles per hour, and we're going to have that through the night tonight. Then the cold front arrives. After midnight, there will be a chance of a light shower, I would say between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. That's the best chance of getting a light shower, and it's really not going to be much, guys. And then we're dry during the day tomorrow, but cooler. Breezy, high only around 48 degrees for tomorrow, but sunshine in the afternoon. And then this weekend looks all right. Saturday, 53, sunny. Sunday, 52 degrees, mostly sunny. 48 on Monday, and then Tuesday's when things start to make a real turn towards the inevitable. Chance of rain and snow Tuesday morning, a high of 42. By Thanksgiving, guys, our high temperature is only 31 degrees.
Whoa, that is chilly.
Yeah, and the low of 20, and we could have some teens, too. Yeah, so here we go.
All right. Meteorologist Brian Niznansky. Thanks, Niz.
Yep, thanks, guys. See you.
Take you tomorrow. It is 5:42 at WTMJ. Greg, you're a runner. I thought you might get a kick out of this story. So an ultra-marathoner, where was this taking place? In England, has been banned, fined, and stripped of her third-place finish. Ultra-marathoning means that the race was 50 miles, so she was running 50 miles. The problem was, partway through the race, her friend pulled up in a car, and she got in the car, and she drove part of the race to near the end, and then she got out, and she still only finished third after riding in the car. And then she took her trophy, she stood on the podium, she posed for pictures, the whole thing, and she went and she got home. Well, you know, with social media the way it is these days, you can't hide that. And so race officials were tipped off that she may have gotten in a car, and initially she denied it. Then they said, well, we have video and we have pictures of you. So she's admitted that she indeed did it, saying that she inappropriately accepted the trophy and she did not return it, and she acknowledges that, and now she wants to return it. And so now she's been banned indefinitely from ultra-marathoner. What's the point of doing this if you're going to get in a car? Like, right, isn't this about challenging yourself and about can I do it? And she got in a freaking car in the middle of the race.
Well, so typically if you run a long-distance race like that, you've got some sort of chip or some sort of device that clocks your time per mile. And
right
then you get
bib.
a little readout of what your per-mile splits were. I would imagine her splits went from somewhere, and I'm just going to make up numbers, somewhere in the 6 to 7 minute range, maybe to the 3 minute range per mile. That may have also tipped off race officials.
Yeah. So no more racing for the ultramarathoner who decided to get in the car.
Should you lose your job for something like that if it becomes public? Like, think about if you're her employer, is that a fireable offense?
I say no.
It's not on the clock, but it's certainly not ethical.
Yeah, it's not ethical. Maybe it depends what you do for a living.
Maybe.
I don't know. Good question.
I don't think I'd have a job here if I did that.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Think of what we do. Like if we were in this newspaper article, that'd be different, I think, than if you work in a data center somewhere and you're, I don't know, though. Good question.
It's interesting.
Exclusive conversation with Matt Arnold and Pat Murphy up next on WTMJ.
Congratulations to our very own Jeff Wagner, retiring after 25 years on WTMJ.
No show lasts forever. I'm going to be retiring from WTMJ at the end of this year.
But he's not done yet.
Congrats early on your retirement.
Well, I'm around for another 2 months. Can't get rid of me before December 15th.
Keep tuning in and don't miss out on our send-off to the one and only Jeff Wagner. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Hey, Sandy Max here. Have you heard about my friends at Three Pillars? They're located on 300 gorgeous nature-soaked acres in Dousman, with over 10 miles of walking and biking trails crisscrossing the Bark River. This serene setting is also home to Wisconsin's top-rated continuing care retirement community. Continuing care means every facet: independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, and rehab. So whatever you need, Three Pillars is the best, and you deserve the best in your retirement. Learn more at threepillars.org.
Looking for a great deal on a new grill? Hi, this is Matt Elliott from Elliott's Ace Hardware, and we have some fantastic specials available in-store only and while supplies last. These are brand new, fully warranted grills. Not only can we offer a great deal, we can offer free setup, free delivery, and free haul away for areas around our stores. Stop in and check out these fantastic specials. Elliott's Ace in Elm Grove, West Allis, Pewaukee, and Muskego.
We all want a healthy, thriving community, and we all thrive when we share our time, talent, treasure, and ties. The Greater Milwaukee Foundation is partnering with the community through the Greater Together campaign. Join the foundation in this campaign to advance racial equity through investments in housing, early childhood education, and more. Make an impact today and for generations to come at GreaterMilwaukeeFoundation.org/campaign. Together, we can build a Milwaukee for all.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Now, my knee injury was a lagging problem, and I'm grateful every day for the surgery that put me back in the game thanks to OAW. But if you or one of the young athletes maybe in your house needs orthopedic care right away, you don't have to go to the emergency room. The Ortho ASAP Clinic has hours Monday through Saturday in Pewaukee and Monday through Friday in Brookfield. Walk right in. Now you're in the hands of the experts at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Visit them at orthowisconsin.com.
Men's wedding bands made from whiskey barrels and meteorites.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Traffic is sponsored by Roto-Rooter, the sewer and drain experts you've trusted for over 85 years.
Roto-Rooter can locate underground pipes without digging up your yard. Roto-Rooter keeps your pipes free of debris.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
GetRoto.net.
Final look at the roads. Jessica Gatso's in for Deb.
Thanks, Greg. Still seeing the usual slowdowns on 94. Looks like a 3-minute delay on eastbound from Highway 16 to the Zoo. A 3-minute delay from the Zoo interchange to downtown. And a 2-minute delay westbound from downtown to the Zoo. Looking at 41, southbound from Highway Q to the Zoo. That's about a 4-minute delay. And over on 43, northbound from downtown to Brown Deer, that's just a couple minutes. But on southbound from Brown Deer to downtown, that's still looking like a 10-minute delay. I'm Jessica Gatso with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Continuing our conversation, an exclusive conversation with Brewers General Manager Matt Arnold and newly appointed manager Pat Murphy. They were officially introduced today at American Family Field. I had the opportunity to split off into the Brewers clubhouse and have about a 20-minute conversation with Arnold and Murphy. And we were kind of joking around toward the back end of our interview. Pat's a fiery guy. He's got a little bit of a temper at times. And we didn't always see that. As the bench coach, he was supposed to calm Craig Counsell down and then serve as team manager if and when Counsell got ejected. And we got to talking about Pat's decades-long service at the college level and what that means for his life as a major league manager. You've got decades of service coaching and managing in baseball, and a lot of that is in college. Over 900 wins in college.
1,000.
Successful.
1,000. Right on the nose.
Is it right on the nose?
Right on the nose. Last game,
I'm
North Carolina.
Okay, I'm Notre Dame and ASU. I'm thinking was 900.
900
plus.
something. Yeah,
I'm missing something out of there, right?
Division III. There's some Division III when I first started. Yeah, 1,000. Last game ever. College World Series. Last game I ever coached, beat North Carolina 1,000.
Did you know it was win number 1,000 at that time?
A lot of people told me. Yeah.
Yeah.
They told me before the game this is going to be win number 1,000.
How meaningful is that?
It's kind of cool that it's just that number. I think if it was 1,003, it wouldn't mean as much. But the fact that my last college game was that, my second last, because we lost the last game I coached to go to the national championship. But yeah, it's cool.
Is that even part of your calculus, Matt, when you're identifying all the traits that make a great manager? Oh, by the way, he has 1,000 wins at a very different level, but 1,000 managerial wins.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're looking at winning, and he's been a winner everywhere he's been. It's whether it's in the minor leagues as a coach there, here with the Brewers for many years, and then obviously 1,000 wins on top of that. Yeah, that's a big deal for everybody because you don't have a lot of people that can say that.
Your Notre Dame teams might have been able to beat the Expos. I don't know, maybe a stretch.
No, I'll tell you. That was a great experience. All that was a great experience, and I was not very good. You know what I mean? I was just really, really focused, and my heart was in the right place. I just wasn't equipped to be as good as I could be. You know what I mean? So you're young. I'm a 28-year-old head coach, and we won a lot of games right in a row. Averaged 46 wins a year for 7 years or something. Nobody in Notre Dame history had done that. Notre Dame non-scholarship were playing for Omaha 3 years in a row, Final 16. And you think you're good. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's telling you you're good, and you think you're a good coach. And you get a rude awakening when you start learning about this profession, what it's really all about. Then you realize, be careful, guys. I tell young coaches, be careful. You win a lot of games, you think you're good. That's a big mistake.
Was there a humbling moment for you along the way?
There's been a lot. There's been a lot of humbling moments.
What stands out?
Well, just arriving at ASU, and immediately I'm following a legend. Nobody liked me. No, you could tell, you feel it. Hey, don't you realize what I've done? I'm good. And then coaching in the six-pack when there was only 6 teams in that Pac-10 thing, 6 teams, and you play each other twice, and it was war. And it was shocking. And I learned from a lot of coaches there about how to win baseball games, not just manage games, how to win baseball games. And we didn't get our fannies handed to us. We were always really good, but I wasn't winning at the level early that I wanted to, and our teams weren't winning at the level that I wanted. And yeah, it's like, how are we going to do this? You got to change. You got to adjust. There's a bet out there. There's a bet.
What's the over/under?
I think there's a bet. I'm not sure. I don't follow the line, but there's some bets out there going. I don't think I'm going to get ejected.
Not once?
I don't believe it. I don't believe so.
Do you think you've mellowed? I'm guessing Pat at Notre Dame was ejected.
Often.
Yep. Pat at ASU was probably tossed out of a couple.
Often. No, I'm starting to umpire more. I'm seeking to understand the umpire. And I think I've gotten to the point where I have. They got a tough job. So I don't think I'll be ejected.
Okay. All right. Well, more bunting or more ejections? You don't think you're going to bunt much? You don't think you'll get ejected? I'll set the over-under at 5 ejections and 5 bunts. Where are you taking my line, over or under? On both.
Under on ejections, over on bunts.
Bunting's back. Did you hear that, Matt?
Bunting's back.
Forget the analytics. Bunting is back.
I didn't say bunting's back. I said I wouldn't bunt this year, nor would Ricky. Meaning personally.
Yeah, personally, he's not bunting.
Personally, yeah. You are not bunting. I don't know that Ricky laid one down terribly often in his career.
Not a punter.
Impressive batting practice, though. One message for Brewers fans going into the winter, when moves are made, you're back from the winter meetings, Matt. You're approaching that time where the calendar flips and all of a sudden you start looking at spring training. If you could send a message to Brewers fans today, what would that be?
I'm excited. I mean, today's a special day. I mean, to have guys like Pat Murphy and Ricky Weeks in our dugout, I wouldn't want to mess with these guys. And that's something that I think they bring a tenacity to our team. I would not want to mess with this team. And I think they're going to be leaders right at the front on the top step. And that's something I think, I think a lot of people will be behind them too. For a lot of years, we've had a lot of people behind these guys, and it just continued to grow and continue to galvanize our entire staff because we're excited to work with these guys. I want to do whatever I can to help these guys, and we're going to do everything we can every single day to win every single game.
Pat, I'll ask you the same question. A message for Brewers fans as we head into the key moments of the offseason.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I think that I'd love to have them come and check us out, give us a chance, and you're not going to see us give in. You're not going to see us. We're not going to win all the time. We're not going to please you all the time. But, check out who we are and what our team plays like. That's the most important thing. What do we play like? I think it's something they can be proud of.
Does it feel weird saying that? I mean, you won 92 games a year ago, right? Fans did come out.
Yeah, it's hard.
I think expectations are still pretty high.
It's hard to maintain it. That's great. My expectations are higher than that, but it's hard. And history tells us it's very, very hard. What you do is you worry about how they play, and then the translation is usually positive outcomes. But we're going to focus on that, the process of how they play.
Pat Murphy, Matt Arnold. Pat and Matt in the Morning would be a great radio show, by the way.
Boy.
Not quite yet.
We'll tee that up. Not yet. No, you got a long tenure here as Brewers manager. Congratulations, Pat.
Thanks.
Matt, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everywhere you look, from groceries to utilities to gas, prices keep going up. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round by replacing drafty windows and doors in as little as 6 weeks. And now you can save even more by taking advantage of no interest and no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November